Hello. It's Wednesday. Why am I crooked? Hold on. That better? That's better. Hello. It is Wednesday, my dudes. I am fatigued. I woke up really late today, so everything was behind schedule. I just managed to put some food in my body before stream, so hopefully that'll last. It's kind of warm and pretty friggin' humid today. That's not what you want, especially when I went for a run. I don't know, I've just been very behind schedule today, and it's put me in kind of a mood. But we livin'. We livin'. Anyways, day 3 of our Tsukihime week. So that's fun. It's part 2 of the 2-part chapter. Mystic Eyes of Death Perception. I don't know what's going to happen, but I imagine we're probably going to encounter more vampiric beings. Or, like, the undead which serve them. That's what I expect. And we're probably going to have to talk to Akiha about what the hell's been going on, which is going to be a time. I literally cannot believe I'd never heard the term death perception until now. What do you mean? It's the coolest sounding thing ever? Yeah! And it's like, it's innocuous, because we have the phrase depth perception, and that gets thrown around relatively frequently, in comparison. But, like, it sounds like it works. Mystic Eyes of Death Perception. He can see death. It's cool as fuck. It's just hardcore. It's like the Death Knights in the Elden Ring DLC. God damn, they're so cool. There's like 2 of them, but they're so cool. Godwin Faithful. Too bad stuck to the living drywall-ass character that is Shihitono. He just like me. He is a living drywall character. His only unique quality is the murderous intent fucking dual what do you call that? Fucking split personality. That's what I'm looking for. Hark is carrying this VN so hard. She's really cute. I know that the other like main route is CL's route, which partly explains why we haven't really seen much of her since the early chapters. But I'm also wondering like what the hell could possibly be going on her end. Like in the Fate routes, whichever route you don't choose is still kind of happening on whatever route you are on. Like things turn out a little differently just because of who you partner with mostly, but like the other things are still going on. So like I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that holds the same weight in Tsukihime as it does in Fate, where it's like, yeah, everything that they would have done if you picked their routes is still kind of happening, you're just not there, so it's happening slightly differently. And not in your favor. So, I'm interested in finding out about that eventually. It certainly won't be soon. Because, like, once we're done with this, maybe not as soon as we're done with Tsukihime, but maybe a few weeks after we conclude Tsukihime, we're going to start up Fate Stay Night. And at least do the Fate route in that. Then maybe we'll bounce back to Tsukihime, or maybe we'll do Katawa Shoujo, or maybe... God, there's just too many fucking VNs, dude. There's too many. God, there's too many. I gotta think about changing this up a little bit. Also, last stream you asked about the natural predator of a vampire. Oh yeah, yeah. There is that one anime. The Belmont Clan. That's alright, that's true. There's an anime, I forget what it's called. I watched like a couple of episodes of it way back. It's like a mid-2000s anime where there was a vampire that fed specifically on other vampires, and they had like a new word for him. I don't remember what it was, and I don't remember what he was called. I want to say it was like Trinity Blood or something like that. Blood Trinity. I don't know. I feel like it's something like that. Anyway, that's not the vampire we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about Ark. And we are... God, I'm tired. There were a lot of vampire anime in that era? Yeah. It was, catering to a specific audience, I think. Really shaped a lot of people my age. Anyway, let's get gaming before I fall asleep. God, it's so dim. Here we are. Swap my monitor over. Why is it red? Personally, not a huge vampire fan myself, at least not referring to them as monsters. Yeah, I do love Dracula. It's hard not to. Yeah, there are certainly more monstrous monsters out there than vampires. That's why I like the Skyrim vampires, because they can like transform into freakish monsters. And I like the more monstrous form of the underworld vampires. A couple of them could do that. They could like transform into freakish half-man, half-bat creatures. That was cool. Definitely more monster than just a dude who drinks blood instead of wine. It's a little less romantic, depending on whether you're a monster fucker or not. Anyway. The estate was our playground back then. A forest as deep and vast as the ocean. A house that looked more like a castle. Each day, a new adventure would unfold in our kingdom. There was so much to explore. Every day was fun. We had no idea that we'd ever grow up. Doing the same things day in and day out, but never getting bored. We were just children, playing and yelling like puppies. We got along well. We were regular partners in crime. Akiha was always there when I looked for her. I would wave at her and she'd get all embarrassed and hide. Yeah, same as always. The estate was our playground back then. A forest as deep and vast as the ocean. A house that looked more like a castle. Each day a new adventure would unfold in our closed little world. There was so much to explore. We're children, we're children, What was that? Kung Pao? Oh my god. Ah, fuck. It's not a movie that I reference often, but whenever somebody else brings it up, I immediately recognize it. I wake from a peaceful slumber. The morning light pulled me from my deep sleep. My dream. I feel like I dreamed of something from a long time ago. Those horrendous things assault my vision when I open my eyes. My head feels like it's going to split open at the temples. It's a clear day. The sun bathes the garden in such a vivid light that I can even spot it from my bedroom. Rays of achingly bright sunlight illuminate every nook and cranny of my surroundings. My glasses. I try to extend my hand to take them from beside my pillow, but notice something strange. There's no sensation in my arms or legs. I can clearly think of what I want them to do, but the signal doesn't seem to reach. It's like I've got locked-in syndrome. I suffer the time in silence, unable to even close my eyelids. The sunlight begins to soften. Feeling returns to my arms and legs. Taking a deep breath, I finally manage to get my glasses to seal away that light, that sight. I remember the episode of House with locked-in syndrome, and that whole episode, or at least like the cold open or the first half of the episode was like from a first-person perspective. Oh, that's so scary. That's so scary. There's nothing you can do. Exhaling, I free myself from the bed's confines at last. That was nothing of note. It happened all the time during my stay in the hospital. Whenever I was exhausted, my vision would go blurry and my limbs would become paralyzed. My appetite would totally disappear too. This is just what happens if I spend too much time looking at things with my naked eyes. But this time was different. I think I could see them more clearly than I used to. The lines on buildings have always seemed thin to me. It's rare for them to be that distinct. What was once just a lingering headache now feels like I took a bullet to the brain. I remember what Master once told me. She said my eyes could end up attracting unpleasant things. Arkwade also said not to use my eyes too much. That doing so would destroy my mind. This is what I get for involving myself with vampires. Not only do I have to face danger when I fight them, but now I've invited danger into my everyday life. Though there's no use dwelling on it, I knew this was going to happen when I decided to help Arkwade. Yeah, I can handle this much at least. Sitting around and doing nothing wouldn't be productive anyway. There's no stopping until Soya is free of vampires. I'm only helping her because I want to protect Akiha and the other people I care about. Alright. I quickly get out of bed, trying to clear my head of any unpleasant thoughts. I should get changed and thank Hisui for last. Huh. Come to think of it, Hisui isn't here. It's a little after 7. Hisui would usually be here to wake me up. I wonder if she overslept. But my theory is swiftly rebuked when I notice there's a change of clothes prepared on my desk. Maybe she had something more important to do. I'm curious about what might have diverted her attention, but it's really none of my business. There's not much time to spare, so I'll just get into my uniform and head downstairs. That got me for a second. Memories of yesterday's events hit me the moment I opened the door. Sometimes I amaze even myself. The fact that I managed to forget all about something so disastrous as yesterday has me genuinely concerned for my own well-being. though worries about my mental health can wait until after surviving what comes next. I stand there at the open door, frozen like a sculpture and unable to venture inside. Meanwhile, in the parlor, Akiha is seated on the sofa, just like she was last night. Kohaku is standing behind her as usual. Up until now, Akiha has always greeted me with a "Good morning, Shiki." But today, she won't even look in my direction. Needless to say, this is all because I left last night without explaining anything about Arcwade. It almost looks like she's just lounging, but animosity is radiating from her every pore. You could cut the tension with a knife. Good morning, Shiki. Would you like a cup of tea before breakfast? Guess Kohaku doesn't have to worry about any of this. Good morning, Kohaku. I'll save the tea for another time. I return Kohaku's greeting and enter the parlor properly. Akiha side-eyes me as I timidly cross the room. Can't let myself cave to her silent intimidation. It's times like these when a person's resourcefulness is truly put to the test. I should yeah, 3. Yeah, I think 3. Doubt I'm gonna be able to talk my way out of this one. Anything I say is likely to just pour gasoline on the fire. My only option is to apologize as quickly and sincerely as I can. Better to say sorry before she can start grilling me. About last night, May I give you a word of advice? But before I can apologize, Akiha cuts me off, her voice cold enough to send shivers up my spine. You are the eldest son of the Tono household. You must never apologize lightly. To apologize is to admit fault. Doing so would force me to grant you a punishment befitting of your station. Force her? More like allow her. Just look at that wicked smile on her face. If I can't apologize, then all that's left is for me to perish. Time to get out before she kills me. Sorry, Akiha, but as the eldest son, I'd like to have my breakfast in the dining room. Is that alright? I need to retreat. Chiki? My feet stop dead in their tracks at Akiha's glacial tone. I'd like to have a talk before you eat. Please, take a seat on the sofa. Say your goodbyes, Chet. This is where we die. Her tone makes it apparent that resistance is futile. I've dug my own grave, and I do believe this may be my last day on Earth. Now that flight is off the table, my only option is to fight. Fine. I'd appreciate it if we could make this quick. I quietly sit down on the sofa across from Akiha. Kohaku prepares a cup of tea for me as I do. She's giving off a positive vibe that helps cheer me on just a tad. Of course, Akiha may be the head of the family, but she's still my little sister. I don't think this will be totally one-sided. I take a sip of my tea and meet Akiha's gaze. What is it you want to talk about? Did you have sexual relations with that woman from last night? I cannot believe. I can't believe they phrased it that way. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Brunstad. I can't fucking breathe, bro. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't fucking believe that shit, dude. Alright, get it together. Get it together. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so fucking funny. Answer the question, Mr. President. Goose frabba. Spits tea. Eesh, I'm lucky I didn't burn myself. Akiha's first pitch was an unbelievable fastball. I thought I was gonna choke on my tea for a second. Are you listening to me? Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Then please answer my question. I want you to tell me about that woman in as much detail as possible, without lying. But tread carefully. Then you're asking the impossible. I warned you to tread carefully, did I not? Wait, so that was a warning? How am I supposed to answer when this feels like a trick question? What was that? You're mumbling. Speak up now. Just what is your relationship with that woman? We're partners? Or maybe we're more like friends at this point. We're drowning, bro. Friends who meet each other that late at night. We're drowning. While it's not my place to comment on who you will someday choose to share your company with, you are still a student. Just think what people would say if they knew the eldest son of the Tono family was cavorting around every night with some strange woman. So that's what my relationship with Arcoade looks like to her. They'd say he's rad as hell. I mean... Wait, Akiha, let me explain. We don't have that kind of relationship. I'm only helping her look for something. Once she finds it, I'll never see her again. You two seemed quite close to me. Do you mean to imply that I was incorrect in my judgment? Is your relationship merely a temporary transaction, a means to an end. Aki is really good at making it sound as bad as possible. Akiha's gaze is ice cold. All I'd have to do is say yes, and that would be the end of this conversation. But something is holding me back. It's true that we're both getting something out of our partnership, but I also don't want to admit that's all there is to it. Well, we're not super close, but I don't think it's right to describe our relationship as just a transaction. Indeed. I've never seen you so flustered before. I couldn't believe that my brother, who I can't get to take anything seriously, would act like that. I wasn't flustered per se. I just didn't think she'd show up at my house all of a sudden. Is that so? She seemed quite patient as she waited for you. She gives me a sidelong glance, obviously trying to imply something. It looks like Akiha is fully convinced that Arcade and I are dating. Akiha, please don't misunderstand the situation. I only even met her because I killed her. I stopped myself before the truth slips out. There's no reason for Akiha to know, and it's not like she'd believe me anyway. Though I also can't think of another explanation. All I can manage is some half-hearted mumbling. If you won't give me an adequate answer, then I'll change the question. You keep referring to this young woman as simply her, but what exactly is her name? It's Arcade. I see. And you must have met her somewhere outside of school. Soya High does not have any foreign exchange students. Does Arcade sound like a foreign name? Because to me it sounds like a made-the-fuck-up name. But, anyway. Akiha's right. We don't have any exchange students. But why does she even know that? So, where did you meet this woman? I walked to school one day. Just in town. It was a coincidence. A coincidence, you say? Then she was the one who initiated contact? No, I guess that was me. If by initiated contact you mean murdered in cold blood, she tracked me down after that, but I'm the one who started it. And why did you reach out to her? You didn't know anything about her? Or did you have ulterior motives from the start? Akiha's interrogation is mercilessly precise. With every question, she's closing in on the truth. She's got me like a deer in headlights. If this goes any further, I won't be able to lie my way out of it. It sucks to do it this way, but I don't have any other choice. I have to end this in whatever way I can. There's nothing going on between us, okay? Even if there was, it wouldn't be any of your business. I may be the eldest, but it's not like I'm actually a part of the family. So I don't see how what I would do would affect our standing or whatever. It's cowardly to be being disowned as my argument. But I can't think of another way to get Akiha to back off. Akiha narrows her eyes for a moment, then takes a deep breath as she stands. That's weird. I was expecting another sharp-tongued retort, but instead she looks away. I don't want to have to say this either. But there's something unpleasant about that woman. If it were anyone else, I would submit that you are correct. But where does it leave me if this is who you'll open up to? For some reason, Akiha bites her lip in frustration as she speaks. What's with you, Akiha? This doesn't seem like you at all. Forget it. By all means, do as you please. Akiha exits the parlor with uncharacteristically heavy steps. Oh, Shiki, that was horrible of you. Think about how she feels. If you're going to bring home a girlfriend, at least bring someone a little more normal. That would make it easier for her to accept it. Why are we getting dogpiled? It's not like we even brought her here. She showed up on her own. Kohaku heaves a heavy sigh and chases after Akiha. Hisui sees me off when I leave the mansion. I'm a little worried about Akiha, but I don't think running after her would have helped, considering the root of her anger is Arcwade. Though I feel bad, I'll have to wait until this vampire business is over. I wonder, though. I've never really thought about it before, but... is telling her everything an option? She may not believe me, but maybe I should tell her about the vampires. They do endanger all of Soya, after all. Let's see. Maybe I could say it's just something I saw on the internet. I take my phone out of my pocket as I walk. It wouldn't make for the most credible source, but I could write everything I know on some message board. Any interpretation would be up to the reader. Yelling at people to try to get them to believe you will only have the opposite effect. But if it's on the net, it may at least reach urban legend status. Hello? You there? Got a sec? I stop. Turning around. Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to speak a moment about dramatic irony. In one of the previous chapters, we've seen this man before working with the church. And Shiki doesn't know that. Ooh. Turning around, there's a sharp-dressed man I've never seen before. And every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Are you talking to me? Yeah, you. You see anyone else around? He's got a point. At most, the road leading up to the Tono mansion may see a couple cars passing by from time to time. But the only ones actually walking this street are probably me and our housekeepers. Yeah, so you just came out of that giant house, right? You one of the employees or something? Because that'd be awesome. But for you, not for me. Want to earn some quick cash, kid? I got some questions about the Tono family. Oh, bro. Now this is an opportunity. We can straight up feed this man false information. Except we fucking won't, because Shiki doesn't know who he is. I keep my distance. It's not because his overly casual way of talking bothers me. I'm actually more scared of just how serious he is. It's like every word is carefully crafted to ensure I'll let down my guard.
Got me
pegged for some kind of paparazzo, huh? You know, I have never seen the word paparazzo used, but my knowledge of Italian tells me that that is the correct way to use it, because paparazzi is plural. You learn something new every day. Paparazzi is plural, paparazzo is singular and masculine. Hey, yo, pizza pasta. Gabagool, forget about it. Sorry. I can say those words. I'm Italian. You can't. That's my culture. Got me pegged for some kind of paparazzo, huh? I'm just racist. No way. Stop making me laugh. Now I gotta read the line again. Got me pegged for some kind of paparazzo, huh? You ain't wrong. I'm good for a reward. I really want to know about the eldest son. Dude's apparently only just come home. We ain't even got pics of the guy yet. So if you know anything about what he looks like, street foods, kind of girls he's into, I'd love some dirt. Ouch! Man hops from side to side, holding his crutch. Did you forget your brain at home, dumbass? Clearly talking to the kid himself. Dude, what's up, Shota Saber? Hello? Who's this punk? He's also working with the church. He's like a fucking bishop or something. There's a child with him? Behind the man is a boy who looks about 12 years old. He must be the one who kicked him in the balls. Wait, for real? This dude ain't even the slightest bit bourgeois. What hell's that supposed to mean? You can tell someone's got money just by looking at him. What, is he supposed to carry a rich guy badge or something? Natsu has 4 faces. It's crazy that this is a male character with a saber face, but there is a male version of Artoria that it is not. It just has a different face. He's just a dude. A proto Arthur. God, I wish Fate Prototype had like a whole. Fate Prototype is so fascinating in concept because it's way simpler than the Fate Stay Night that we eventually got, which is why Prototype will never be anything more than like an idea, because it's not like fully fleshed out, but like, oh, the designs and the concepts from that iteration of what eventually became the Holy Grail War, oh, it's so fascinating to me. I love and hate unfinished projects, bro. Breaks my heart. No, I just... He doesn't seem like one of those guys who spends all day counting their cash like some nouveau riche, you know? From Italian to French. It's supposed to be a jab at my old man. You got some fucking balls on, though. What is happening? Maybe I should call the cops. Hey, don't go calling the cops yet. Why kids these days always jump to that, man? Come on, here. Huh? I look up from my phone, already halfway through dialing the number to call the authorities. Man is holding out a black ID. I don't know why the notification arrived right now, because Twitch is slow. I really need to, like... I need to bite the bullet and make a Discord, I guess. It may be my first time ever seeing one, but I still recognize it as a badge. Final... Yeah, well... It's more complicated than just setting up a server, okay? To have a dedicated fan server for the VTubing stuff is like... Yeah, you gotta... It is not... Okay. Fucking... Alright, sure. A badge? Are you a detective? That's right. Name's Yugo Ando. I'm a detective for Division 1 of the Metropolitan Police's Department of Investigation. They still didn't let me inside yesterday. Can you believe it? Just want to talk to them, but they kept saying I need an appointment, so I've been staking out here instead. I've never seen a more suspicious detective in my life. Still, though, regardless of whether that badge is real or not, I'd like to know more about why he's been staking out my house. What should I do? What should we do, Chet? I'm inclined to go with 2 because, well, I know things that Shiki doesn't. Fuck these guys. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Something tells me I should avoid this guy. This supposed detective might be suspicious as all hell, but it isn't like my actions the past few days have been squeaky clean either. You'll have to excuse me, I'm late for school. If you have business with my family, you'll need to make an appointment through the appropriate channels. There we go. Fucking bureaucracy him to death. And then just fucking walk away. Baller! Baller. I turn on my heel and start down the hill. Sticking around would only give them a chance to respond. Yeesh, actually left. I want to at least introduce myself and set up an appointment to chat some other time. Guess I'll have to try again later, huh, boss? Yeah, you fucked everything up, alright. How long have you been a detective again? Can I cut your salary for wasting my time? Wait, you can't just do that! Bro was really stepping on it. Maybe I should have heard them out a little. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The rest of my day has been normal so far. It's fourth period, social studies. Our teacher recites dry textbook material from the front of the room. As I listen to the lecture, I take full advantage of my window seat and stare at my reflection. I can't focus. It's not that the lesson is boring, I just can't wrap my head around everything that's happened outside of school. A fire that claimed so many lives. A vampire terrorizing our home. How can I sit in class while knowing the truth about all this? The answer's obvious. I'm abnormal. Most people would either lock themselves in their homes or run away. Yet here I am, still trying to have a normal life. Trying to convince myself that vampires aren't worth giving up the life I've led up until now. But the truth is, I'd feel guilty giving this up. It makes me think about that conversation I had with Goto Saiki. I would have forgotten his name by now. He literally showed up in like chapter fucking 1. And we haven't seen or heard from him since. Gimp man. To put it in his terms, education is an investment in one's future. Abandoning the future for a little safety now would be getting my priorities backwards. Besides, I'm living on the Tono family's dime. I owe it to them to at least show up to school. It's not just my duty, it's my obligation. I don't know if I'm being overly compliant or stubborn. Or just stupid. Master told me to become a person who does what he thinks is right. I intend to follow her advice. Having a normal life like this is part of that too. I squint my eyes at the sun filtering through the window. There's only 20 minutes left till the end of 4th period. 5th period will be my last class for today. My thoughts drift to how I'll be working with Arquated once again after night falls. The face in the window's reflection smiles back at me. I wipe the stupid grin off my face. Our nighttime patrols aren't for fun, so why am I smiling like an idiot? Jeez. There's got to be a limit to my daydreaming. I've even started hallucinating about her now. I can practically see her gracefully crossing the schoolyard. Wait, are you freaking kidding me? I lean over a little to get a better look, careful not to interrupt class, or be noticed, for that matter. Please tell me my eyes are playing tricks on me. Nope. Not a hallucination. Regrettably, I am still sane. Any way you cut it, this is reality. So the question becomes whether that damn vampire has gone completely bonkers. What am I supposed to do? What is she planning? Will my school life be able to survive if I leave her unsupervised? Deep breaths. Calm down. Everything's okay. The other students haven't noticed, and I don't hear any nearby classes making a fuss. Thankfully, it looks like she's only visible from this classroom. This goddamn weapon of mass destruction. Cradling my head, I curse her with all my heart. But that isn't going to help me fix this mess. There's 20 minutes until lunch. I can't even imagine the chaos she could wreak with that much time on her hands. Do we run out to intercept her, or do we just try to fucking ignore her? I feel like if we try to intercept her, it could be go to her. I was gonna say, I feel like if we try to intercept her, it could be somebody's probably gonna catch us, and it's gonna ruin our reputation. And Akia's gonna be even more pissed off. I'm coming, my vampire wife. The goddess of war favors the swift. This growing calamity needs to be nipped in the bud. Yeah, you're rep for being a virgin. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? This growing calamity needs to be nipped in the bud. I should get her out of here before she causes some kind of trouble. I'm feeling lightheaded, so I'm going to the nurse's office. Hands balled into fist, I single-mindedly make my way to the door. There's no time to wait for the teacher's permission. I slip out of the room while everyone's still trying to register what happened. Oh, there you are. Look at you running around. You sure do have a lot of energy. I stare at her, gobsmacked. When did she get here? She must have looped all the way around from the schoolyard to the courtyard. Thank goodness there aren't any classrooms facing this direction. The school's pretty small, huh? It was easy to find my way around. It looks bigger on the outside, I guess. I always pictured it as an anthill, you know? Like it would just keep going once you get inside. It has a certain quaint charm, I suppose. But I was hoping... Come with me. There's no time for pleasantries. I take Arcwade's hand and start running without another word. Our destination is behind the gym, far away from prying eyes. Will stand out too much if I lead her out to the main gate. The back entrance is my best bet. What are you doing hauling me here? This place is no fun at all. Arcwade isn't happy, but it's not like any part of the campus is fun in the first place. What am I doing? That's what I should be asking you. You walking time bomb? Huh? Walking time bomb? Me? There's the fucking cat ears again, bro. I can't. Yes, that's putting it lightly. Listen, what do you think you're doing coming to my school in the middle of the afternoon? I thought you were weak during the day. And you're still injured, right? Aren't you vampires supposed to rest until nightfall? Neko Arc is fighting for control. Oh god. I mean, I guess, but... I can't. Not with the ears down like that, bro. I just... The fucking Kimono Mimi is like S tier, man. Come on. Don't! She's cute! Stop it! Funny vamp. Since you'll be helping me out, I wanted to see if I could find any clues during the daytime. I didn't want to waste your time like I did yesterday. You don't need to worry about that. I said I'll help you, so I'll help with all of that too. But you need to wait until night. You enjoy making me worry or something? You're right. I'm sorry. It's okay, as long as you realize what you... Wait, what? I said I'm sorry for making you worry. I could swear I just heard my heart emit a single audible thump. I never thought she'd apologize. Honestly, I was expecting this to escalate. What am I even supposed to do if she's looking at me like that? But you're at fault too, you know. It took so long to notice me down there. I didn't know where I should enter from, so I was about to just jump up to you. Fucking... I guess it's a good thing we caught her. Hold on a second. Jump? Up to the third floor? Yeah, there's plenty of room to stand up there. It looks like a pretty easy jump. I take it back. She's as clueless as ever.
助かった。
Good thing you
そん
didn't.
なことされてたら
The class would
授
have
業ど
lost
ころ
their
の話
collective
じゃなかった。
minds. I let out a relieved sigh. She probably went mostly unnoticed out in the schoolyard.
とにかく反省し
Well,
た
I
んならい
guess
い。
it's okay as long as you know what you did was wrong.
それでうちの学校に何
So,
の用
what
な
are
ん
you
だ。
doing here anyway?
手がかりを
You said you were
探
looking
して
for
いると
clues.
か言ってたけど。
何ってただ
Just some
の調査よ。
investigating, of course.
ローラー作
I'm
業って
looking
や
around
つだ。
everywhere I can think of since
死
I
者の
can't
気
sense
配
any
が
of
ないん
the
だ
dead.
もの。足で手がかりを見つけないとね。
それは
I
ご苦労
appreciate the
様。
effort.
今が夜だ
I'd appreciate it
った
even more if it
ら
was
なお
night.
言うことないけどな。
There's no way someone as old as her is unaware of social norms. She is fucking with them. Yeah, well, we don't actually know how old she is. We assume that she's like centuries old, but like, I don't think she has said so herself. And based on the nature of vampires in this medium, or in this narrative, I suppose, in this world building, you would assume that she would have to be like ancient, but she really doesn't seem like it, which is... The juxtaposition leads me to believe there's more here than meets the eye. That she isn't as old as we think she is, or maybe she is, but she isn't like socialized as well. Like she hasn't been out and about for thousands of years. She's just been like locked away somewhere. That's my hypothesis, I suppose.
次からは気をつけるわ。
I'll be more careful.
それで、この
Actually,
辺り
I
を
caught
歩
your
いてい
scent
るう
while I
ち
was
に四
walking
季の
around
匂い
here,
がして、
and by the time I
そういえば
realized
こ
it,
こ
I
っ
was
て四
already
季
in
の
the
通って
school.
いる学校なんだって気がついたらつい。
校庭に入ってきた。
That's why you came all the way to the schoolyard?
猫かと思っ
I
たけ
always
ど。
thought you were like a cat, but it turns out you were like a dog all along.
失礼ね。
Rude.
ちゃんと
I
確証があっ
was
たから
being
やってき
productive
たの
and
よ。
following a lead.
他の場所に比べて、
Compared to other
ここは
places,
死者
there's
の
no
気
sign
配
of
が
the
ないん
dead
だ
here.
もの。
Don't
ど
you
んな
think
も
that's
の
worth
か
checking
実
out?
際に見ておかないとまずいでしょ。
My knowledge of Melty informs me that I don't think there's going to be some big reveal about her age, like the blood drinking part. She's old as fuck. Alright then. I trust you. I don't know a lot about Melty Blood because I specifically avoided it because I didn't know anything about Tsukihime. That's also why I never watched Carnival Phantasm, because I watched the original Fate Stay Night anime, but I never did Tsukihime, so I just kind of avoided it because A, I didn't really care, and B, if I did eventually care, I didn't want to be spoiled. Tsukihime is probably the one franchise I have successfully avoided the most spoilers for, even though I did have a couple of spoilers already. Like, I know a little bit about CL's deal. I already knew that Arcuade was a vampire. Although I don't know a whole lot about, like, the Dead Apostle ancestors and stuff. I know them by name only because they're referenced in other Type Moon media. But yeah, I don't know a damn thing about Melty Blood. The only thing I know about Melty Blood is that there's a character in it who is confronted by the Count of Monte Cristo. Because there's an audio drama from Fate where after, like, in between... I shouldn't be talking about this right now, there's no reason for me to bring it up, except that it's my favorite novel of all time. But, like, in between, during the time skip that occurs after Edmond Dantes escapes prison and becomes the Count of Monte Cristo, there's fan fiction insert by Nasu where Edmond takes revenge upon the people who put Abe Faria in prison in the Chateau d'If. And those people happen to be some of the vampire characters that appear in Tsukihime. Did somebody say apostle? Not that kind of apostle. Not... Well, they're probably at least as evil as those kinds of apostles, so you know what? But yeah, there's Nasu fanfiction fucking implicates the Count of Monte Cristo into the vampires of Tsukihime. So eventually I'll get around to playing Melty Blood because they put him in the game. Anyway, tangent over.
いや、まずくないだろう。死者の気配がないん
Why
だ
would
か
it be?
ら関係ないっ
If
て
you
ことな
can't
んだ
sense
から
them, then they're not here, right?
実際学校では
Nothing
事
happens
件
at
も事故
school,
も
and
起きない
everyone
し
leaves at the end of the
夜
day,
になる
so
と
the
誰も
place
い
is
なく
always
なる
empty at night.
死者が人
If
間を
zombies
襲
were
おうと
going
し
to
たら
attack anyone,
学
it
校
would
じゃ
be
なく
somewhere in the
街に出
city.
るだろ
まあそういえば
Yeah,
そうだ
I
け
guess
ど
so.
う。ここに異常なんか
There's
ない
nothing
よ。
weird going on here.
吸血鬼の気
I
配
don't
は
know
わ
about
か
your
らないけど
vampire senses, but
俺
I
だっ
have my
て死を
eyes.
見る目を持っ
If
て
there
るん
were
だ。
zombies walking around,
死
I
者
would
が
have
歩いてれ
noticed,
ば
even
メ
with
ガ
my
ネをつけ
glasses
ていて
on.
も異常だって気がつくし。
分かったわ
I get it.
四季がそう言うんな
If
ら
you insist
こ
there's
こに
nothing
異常はない
suspicious
かもし
here,
れ
then
ない
maybe you're right.
ないかもしれ
Not
ないじゃ
maybe.
なくて
There's nothing here,
ないん
trust
だっ
me.
て実際。
Arquaid doesn't look convinced.
やば、昼休みになっちゃったか。
Man, it's already lunchtime. Now that students will start wandering around outside, our hiding spot behind the gym just got a lot less secure.
とにかく
We
これ
shouldn't
以上
stay here.
ここにいられると騒ぎになる。ちゃんと約束は
Promise
守るか
I'll see you
ら、
later,
お前は早く帰っ
so
て
please go home
体を
and
休
rest.
めておくこと。
You might even meet your target
今日の
tonight,
夜
you
に
know.
も敵とやらに出会うかもしれないんだから。
ふん
So
な
you're
んだか
kicking me
私
out?
を追い出したいみ
Am
た
I
いな
really that
口
much
ぶ
of
り
a
ねし
bother?
そんなにここにいられると迷惑
迷
I
惑
wouldn't exactly call you a
じゃない
bother,
けど、
but you're
いろいろ
definitely too
頭が痛いん
stressful.
だよ。気に入ったならま
If
た
you
都
want a
合のい
school
い時
tour,
に
we
案
can
内し
figure
て
out
や
a
るか
better
ら。
time. But you
今
really
は
need
早
to
く
go
外に
now.
出てくれ。
I push Arquaid from the back. I don't like that look in her eyes. Arquaid makes to leave, though it doesn't seem like there's a word or two she'd still like to say. Or it does seem like there's a word or two she'd still like to say. Phew. The tension finally drains from my body as I sigh. I should go eat something to build up some energy for tonight. Dink Donk, Clay is here. Did I just hear a sound from behind the bicycle rack? I casually walked to the shadowy section at the back. There's no one here. It was probably just a stray cat or something. I find Arihiko in the classroom after I get back from lunch. He wasn't here in the morning, so I'm guessing he just came to eat.
Oh, Tano!
Morning, Tano. Arihiko's got no shame, even when he comes unfashionably late. If rumors of Arquaid have spread throughout the school, then this guy would have definitely given me hell. I'm lucky that Arquaid actually went home.
なんすか
What's
そ
with
の
that
冷
look?
め切った目かわいそうだけど
Very nice to look at people like they're a 10 years, like they're a 10 yen CD you found at the bottom of a bargain bin, you know?
そうか、悪
Right,
かった。
sorry. I've been
ちょっ
through
と
some
一
shit
悶着あ
today,
っ
so
て
I'm kind
疲
of
れて
tired.
てさ、
Usually I'm
つ
better
い
at
本
hiding
音
my
を
true
隠しきれ
feelings.
なかった。
I'll try to be more
次
careful.
から気をつけるよ。
マジっすか
For real?
でも隠すべきは
And
今
dude,
の
that
発
last
言
part
の
was
方
way
ですよ
worse than the look you were giving me. Arihiko chatters away as he walks over to his desk, and right past it toward the class's rear exit. This guy is actually gonna eat lunch and then dip.
じゃあ今日も
Well,
一
see
日
ya.
ご苦労さ
I'm
ん
gonna go save the world with
俺は
some
ネット
cool
越し
kids
に
on the
たくさ
internet.
んの仲間とちょっと世界を救ってくるわ
Yo, he's got the chain wallet, bro. He's so cool. Arihiko heads for the door with a grin. Before he leaves,
なあ、
hey,
北口
we
駅
talked
前
about
が
that
物
stuff
騒
near
だ
the
って
station a
前
while
に言っ
ago,
てた
but
けど、
have you heard any other
それ
shady
以外
stuff?
にヤバめなところって言えばどこだ？
I throw out the question on a whim.
なんだい突然に。
Weird question, dude.
北口デパート並みにヤ
There's
バめな
not
スポッ
really
トなんて
anything as
そうそうね
wild
え
as
ぞ。
that department store.
強いて言うな
Though
ら
I
あ
guess
れ
the
か
abandoned hospital near
静かな廃
Kushizuka
病院
is
じゃ
kind
ね
of
えか
sketch.
2
A
年
bunch
前
of
まで
punks
ヤ
were
ンキー
using
ど
it
も
as
の
their
集
base
会
a
場
couple
になっ
years
てたの
ago,
も
but
今
now
じゃ
everybody's
誰も寄
gone.
りつかなくなったっていう。
Kushizuka って二駅
Kushizuka's a
隣
couple
のか。
stations away, yeah?
でも
Isn't it
廃
natural
墟
for
が
people
物
to
騒
stay
なの
away
は
from a
当然
rundown
という
place like
か、
that?
普通誰も寄りつかないだろ
いやだからさ、
No, I
誰も
mean,
い
one
な
day
く
they
なっ
were
たん
using
だ
it,
よ。
and the next day they'd all
ある日を
disappeared.
境にぱったり
There's like
と
30 missing persons cases still unsolved.
30人近い行方不明者ってことで今でも捜索願いが出されてる。ま、こっちは階段レベルの
It's
話
just a
で
ghost story,
北
though.
口みたいな暴力沙
Nothing
汰じゃ
like the
ねえ
shit
けど
near
な。
the station.
今じゃ不老者も
Not even
住み着か
squatters
な
touch
い
it.
行政の
It's
不良
just
債権みたいな
there.
場所だよ。
Our homeroom class is having a surprisingly difficult time deciding what to do for the school festival next month. Turns out that the girls and boys are split, so we decided to delay our decision to next week. After-school activities are cancelled, and all students are leaving early.
さて
Well then, there's no point spacing out in the classroom. What should I do? I can go check out that abandoned hospital, or I'll go back to the mansion and prepare for tonight. Why, in the name of God, would we go check out the abandoned hospital alone? Why would we ever? 30 missing persons reports. Nobody goes near it. I don't... Like, what? Yeah, but this dialogue option does not imply that we'd be bringing Arkawade with us. And so I'm hesitant to choose it in case it leads to our death. Speaking of which... Save over the... Hello? There we go. Bro, my controller keeps disconnecting whenever I put more than one hand on it. What the fuck? Those lead hands go fight Superman. Lead is not a weakness for Superman. He just can't see through it. Feels like a hideout. Vampires might have a blood farm there. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Is that, like, that's almost definitely where some of the vampires, like, thralls or whatever, have set up shop. Like, for sure. They totally would pick a fucking warehouse. The place is big and empty. And nobody goes there. We're going back to the mansion. I'm suspicious. Arihiko's story piqued my interest, but ultimately we're talking about a dump two whole stations away from Soya. Doubtful it has anything to do with the vampire that's terrorizing our town. No, now wait a minute. Now that's not... God. I guess I'm injecting too much logic into my decision making. I gotta think like a shonen protagonist. What the hell, dude? I'm not exactly in the best shape either, so I'll just head back to the mansion and wait until night falls. Think true. That's, you know... What's think? I don't know, I'm a VTuber. I don't have enough brain cells for that. Excuse me. I arrive back at the mansion. The sun still hasn't set, which means Akiha likely isn't home yet.
アキハ今朝か
Akiha's
ら怒っ
probably
た
still
ままだ
angry
ろ
from
うな
this morning. This would be far from the first time I've pissed her off, of course. Have been nothing but trouble since I came back. I'd like to tell her what's going on, but there's no way she'd believe this vampire stuff. Guess there's nothing left except to keep playing the part of the good-for-nothing brother. Damn relatable.
お帰りなさいませ。四季
Welcome
様。
home, Master Shiki.
ただいま翡翠
Hey, Husui.
わざわざ出迎えて
Thanks
く
for
れてあ
coming
り
to
がと
greet
う
me.
と
Is
アキハ
Akiha
は
home
ま
yet?
だ帰ってきてない
はい。
Not yet.
今夜は特
She'll
別
be late
遅くなる
today.
とのこ
We've
と
been
ですの
told
で
you will be dining alone
ご
tonight.
夕食は四季様お一人で済ませるようことづかっております。
Huh. I wanted to at least give some kind of excuse for before. I'll just head back to my room and rest then.
四季様。
Master Shiki.
何
What's up, Hisui? Hisui casts a fleeting glance over the lobby before continuing.
つかぬことをお伺いし
This
ます
is
が
unrelated, but will you
四
be
季様
leaving the
は
house
今夜
again
のお出か
tonight?
けになるのでしょうか。
Hisui looks me straight in the eye. She's seen right through my plan, though that doesn't surprise me. Hisui already knows that I've been leaving my room at night. It's only natural for her to assume I'd do it again. The problem now is how I respond to this question. As a servant, she wants to know what time I'll be home, but telling her is the same as telling Akiha. My response needs to be well thought out. I don't think lying is going to do us any favors. Then again, every time we've tried to tell the truth has also not gone over well. So, I don't know, Chad. Give me your opinion here. I'm tempted to straight up flip a coin right now. She looks like she could smell the stench of a liar. True. If anyone could, I would trust Hisui to be that person. Tell the truth. My natural inclination is always to lie. Damn, bro. That's crazy. Worst case scenario, you lie and she finds out. And, like, she definitely will find out anyway, right? Like, come on. Alright, we tell the truth. I'll tell her the truth. Even if I lied, I wouldn't be able to keep the truth from Hisui or Even if I lied, I wouldn't be able to keep the truth from Hisui or Kohaku for long. So I may as well let her know I'll be out tonight.
あ
Yeah,
実はこれから
I'll be
何
going
日
out
か
at night for the
夜
foreseeable
は出かけ
future.
ることになるでも
But I
誓
swear
って
it's
悪
nothing
い遊
bad.
びをしているわ
I'm
けじ
sure
ゃない
Akiha will be upset with me, but
秋葉には
I'm
嫌われる
committed
一
now.
方だろうけど途中でやめることはできないんだ
That's right. There's a dangerous, mysterious vampire terrorizing our city, and Arkwade is the only one who can do something about it. Above all, Soya is my home. I can't just ignore what's going on.
翡翠にも迷惑をかけるけど
I'm sorry to cause you trouble,
しばらく
but
は
I'd
見過ごし
appreciate
て
it
く
if
れ
you
ると
could
助
lock
か
the
る
other way for me.
0時にな
I'll
っ
be
たら
back
帰
by
ってくるか
midnight,
ら
so it would
玄
be
関の
great if
鍵
you
だ
could
け
leave the door
開け
open.
ておいてほしい
私たちに
I assume you cannot
理
tell us
由
your
は
reasons.
話せないというのですね。
そうだ
Yeah, I'm
ごめ
sorry.
んな翡翠
I know it makes me look
だら
terrible,
しないやつだ
but
と思っ
I'd
て
prefer if you didn't
今は
ask me
何も
anything.
聞かないでほしい
いえ、
I'm here to
四
serve
季
you,
様は
Master
私の
Shiki.
主人です。
You're lurking because I missed last stream and don't want to spoil anything? Okay, I appreciate you sticking around. Yeah, totally don't want to, totally don't want to encourage spoilers. But do check out the VOD channel. in the links. I think if you type !links, or if you scroll down on the about page, it should be there. You click on the link tree and you scroll down, it'll show you the VOD channel. The one from yesterday is not up yet because I have to slice it. I want to. No, wait. No, yeah, the one from yesterday is not up yet, and the one from 2 days ago, I still have to slice out the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 part. So, let me actually make a note of that really quick so that I don't forget to do it after stream. But I will have them both up by Friday at the latest. There we go. Always pays to have a notebook and pen at the ready on your desk. I'm here to serve you, Master Shiki.
主人をだらしない
What
方
kind
と
of
蔑 む
servant would I
使
be
用人
if I
はお
looked
りませ
upon
ん。
my own master with contempt? Hisui speaks dispassionately. Her face as blank as ever. That's all there is to that, I guess. I nod my head to Hisui and start up the lobby stairs.
お待ちください。
Please wait a moment. I pause. Hisui calls out to me, her muted voice like never before.
その
This
差し出がまし
may
い
be
ことなので
forward
す
of
が、
me, but... Hisui clenches her hands as she looks over towards me.
四季様さえよろしければ
If you prefer, I could keep your
夜に
absence a
出かける
secret
ことを
from Miss Akiha.
秋葉
Mistress
様に
Akiha.
お隠しすることができます。
それっ
I
て
mean,
口裏を合わせてくれるってこと？
はい、
yes.
夕食後、
Akiha rarely leaves
秋
her
葉
room
様は
after
お部屋
dinner.
からお出になるこ
My
とは
sister
稀
and I
で
do the nightly patrol, so
す。
if
就
no
寝
one
前の
tells
見
her,
回りは
she
私
has
と
no
姉
way
さ
of
んがし
knowing
てお
that
り
you
ますか
aren't
ら、
in your room.
その報告を怠ってしまえば、四季様のお部屋の様子は誰にもわからなくなります。
What a fucking real one. What a real one, Hisui.
いや、そりゃ助かる。
That would honestly be great,
助かるけ
but
ど、いいの
are
か
you sure?
秋葉は二人の
Akiha's
雇い
your
主じゃない
boss,
か。
isn't she?
私の主人は四季様だと
As I
申し
said,
上げたはず
I
で
am
すが
here to serve you. I don't know about this, but I'm suddenly very happy that I decided to tell her the truth. Not only did she listen to my crappy reasoning, but she's even offering to aid me.
ありがとう、翡翠。
Thanks, Hisui.
そうしてくれると
That would be a
とても
huge
助か
help.
る。
それでは今夜からは
Then I will give you the
こ
key
ちらの
card
カ
for
ー
the
ドキ
main
ーをご利
entrance.
用ください。秋葉様の言いつけ
Mistress
で
Akiha had the code to
屋敷
maintain.
の正門の暗
Mistress
証を
Akiha
変え
had
た
the
の
code
です。
to the main entrance changed.
こちらのカードキー
This
でしたら
card will open the gate even in the middle of the
深夜
night.
でも正門の鍵は外れます。
お、さすが
Dang,
秋葉。
Akiha's quick
対応早いな。
and ruthless. That was close. If I had left without saying anything, I might not have been able to get back in.
私からの提案は以上
That
で
is all I have to offer you.
夜の外出を
When
お
you
止
go
めは
out
いたし
after
ません
hours, I
が、
will not stop you.
どうか怪我のない
But
よう
please be
お気
careful.
をつけて。
Hisui bids me farewell with a bow.
やった。
Hell yeah. I just got help from an unexpected source. Now I can leave the mansion without worrying Akiha. Bro, this is fucking huge, actually. This is actually huge. I return to my room after eating dinner by myself. It's almost 10 o'clock.
よし、
Alright,
行くか。
time to get going. I pocket my knife and slip out of my room as quietly as possible. No one crosses my path along the way. Even the park is empty. People must really be afraid of the serial killer. Standing there alone is the woman in white.
四季
What did that do? I don't know why, but she starts yelling the second she sees me.
なんだよ
What? Did I get the time
もしか
wrong
し
or
て
something?
時間間違えたか俺
そう
Yes.
もう何時だと思っ
Jeez,
て
do you
る
know
のよ
what time it is?
約束の時間を10
You're a
分も
whole
過ぎちゃっ
10
てるじゃ
minutes
ない
late. 10 minutes. I couldn't have been here at 10 even if I'd sprinted from the mansion. Though I guess Arcade was here right on time.
ああ悪かったよ
Sorry.
こっち
I
もな
wanted
ん
to
と
be
か
here
10
at
時
10,
に合
but
わせたかったん
sneaking
だ
out
け
was
ど
tougher than I'd
こっ
expected.
そり出かけるのに思いのほか手間取ったんだお前が携帯を
If
持
you
っ
had
て
a
たら
phone, I could... As convenient as it would have been to message her, the sheer absurdity of texting with a vampire pulls me back to reality.
いやなんでも
Actually,
ない
forget it.
次からはちゃん
I'll
と時
make
間
sure
を
to come
厳守す
earlier
る
next time we meet up.
今回は多め
Can
に
you
見
give
て
me a
くれ
pass for now?
もう
Jeez.
これから殺し合いに行くの
We're
に
about to have a fight
全
to
然
the death,
自覚
you
が
know.
ないみたい
How
ね
are you so
あな
lax
たは
about all this? She puffs up her cheeks in anger. She's not in a good mood. I wonder if it's because she got here early.
なあアルクエイド
Hey, Arcade.
何時から
How
ここ
long
で
have
待
you
って
been
たんだ
waiting here?
私
Me? I
私
came
は
right
起きて
after
か
I
らす
woke
ぐこ
up,
こに来たか
so
ら
let's see.
やってきたのは
Since around
7時ぐら
7, I
い
think.
かな
7時って
7?
じゃあ
You
3
mean
時
you've been
間
here
以上
for
も待って
3
たの
hours? What was she thinking coming so early when we agreed on 10?
うん
Yep,
なんかおかしいみたい
something's weird with me.
私
Arcade mumbles as if she's a little surprised about it herself.
まあ遅れた俺も
Well,
悪いけど
I'm sorry for being late, but you
そっちにだって
can't make me
問題はあるぞ。
shoulder all the blame.
約束の時間より
I
前
can't
に
really
来
help
て
it if you came
勝手
3
に待た
hours
れても
before we
困る
agreed to meet.
それとこれとは
That's not the
別
issue
問題
here.
でしょ
Doesn't
式
change the
が
fact
遅れ
that
た
you're
って
late.
ことは変わらないんだから
それはそうだけど
Well, yeah, but
しかし
why did you
なんだっ
wait
て
3
3時間
whole
も待ってたんだ
hours? Even if you messed up the
間違えてきた
time,
に
you
し
could have
ろ
just gone back to your
それだ
place
け
and
あれば
waited
部屋
there,
に
right?
戻っていてもよかったじゃないか
そんなの私にだってわからないわなんとなく
I
楽しい
guess I was
し
having so much
このま
fun
ま
thinking
式を
about
待って
meeting
いて
up,
もいい
and
かなって
by
思
the
って
time I
たら
realized it was
いつの
already
間にか
10.
10時になってただけなんだから
楽しかったっ
You were
て
having fun?
なんで
さあ
Like I
自
said,
分にだっ
I
て
don't
わからない
understand
って
it
言ったで
myself.
しょ式に殺さ
I
れた
wonder
せ
if
い
it's
かしら
because you
ね
killed me.
私
I think a part of
体
me
の
is
ど
still
こかが
broken.
壊れて治ってないみたい
I think she's in love.
自分でおかしいって思うんだけど
Something's still wrong with
体
my
のどこ
body,
が
but
ど
I've
うし
got
てお
no
かしい
clue
のか
which
全然わ
part
か
or
らないん
why.
だもの
Impossible, this guy sucks. You right. He's just like me. You broke it, now fix it. If only I knew how. Do you hear him? You hear my dog? It's clearly caused by her brain dabblage, true. We did cut her head into like 3 or 4 pieces. And Darby screams. He howls in the night. He's actually a very quiet dog. He'll only bark and yap when like there's somebody at the door. Hello, Darby. Quiet? Yeah, he's usually quiet. He's usually like very quiet. What are you talking about? He yaps when there's somebody at the door, and then he yaps when he's lonely. Other than that, he's usually pretty quiet. He yaps, but fucking which one of us lives with the dog? Anyway. I'm not sure how to respond. I can't do much except apologize. I was the one who cut her up into 17 pieces, so if something isn't right with her, it's probably entirely my fault. I would give him to me. No, you can't have him.
まあいいわ。時間も
Well,
なくなっちゃ
whatever.
ったし、無駄
We've
話を
already
してい
lost
る
some
暇なん
time.
て
We
ないも
shouldn't
んね。
waste any more chatting, yeah?
ああ、そう言ってもらえると
It's a
実
relief
に
to
助
hear
か
that.
る。
でも次も遅
But
れ
if
る
you're
ような
late
ことに
again,
な
I'm
ったら、
going
その
straight
時
to
は
your
直接
house.
家に迎えに
Can't
行くんだ。
complain when you're the one who can't keep
約
his
束を
promise,
守れない
right?
のは式の方なんだから、文句はないでしょ。
There's no Galahad haste are true. Well, that's part of the reason for that is that Galahad has a schedule that is completely different from the rest of us pretty much constantly. So if the dog so much as like yips and wakes him up, oh, it's fucking on, dude. That is not a good day.
それはダメ。
You can't do
約
that.
束はちゃんと
I
守
won't
る。
be late, I swear.
守りますよ、そりゃ。けど、不測の事態はいつでも
What if
起きる
something
だろう。
unexpected happens?
時間に
I
遅
mean,
れるなん
being
て
late isn't the end of
そ
the
の
world,
最
is
たる
it?
ものじゃないか。
Thank you for the follow. C underscore Ming Tololis. Oh. Oh. I'm ignoring you. What if something unexpected happens? I mean, being late isn't the end of the world, is it?
なんで、
So
間違っても
please
二度
never
と
come
う
to
ち
my
には
house
来な
again.
いように。
Akiha would get the wrong
ただでさえ
idea, and
Akiha
if I
に誤
piss
解
her
さ
off
れたままだ。
anymore, she might actually turn my
これ
room
以上
into a
引っかき回され
doghouse
た
or
ら
something.
マジで部屋を犬小屋にされかねない。
ふん。アキハって
By
式に
Akiha,
全
do
然
you
似
mean
て
your
ない
sister
妹
who
さんの
looks
こと
nothing like you? You could have left
似
that
てない
second
は
part
余計
out,
だけ
but
ど。
yeah.
そうだよ。
I disagree. I'm pretty sure they look a lot alike.
そうなんだ。
I see.
式はそんなに
Are
妹
you
さん
that
が怖
afraid
い
of her?
の？
あのな、どこの世
Hey,
界
what
に
kind of
妹を
brother
怖
is
がる？
afraid of his own little sister? I think the words, but choose to bite my tongue. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of Akiha, but I do find it difficult to interact with her.
単に妹には
just that I don't wanna
余計
make
な
her
心
worry.
配をさせたくないだけだよ。昔から
I've
あいつには迷
caused
惑
a
を
lot
か
of
け
trouble
てきたか
for
ら
her. I'd rather not
で
burden
き
her
る
with
だ
any
け
of
この
this.
まま何も知らないままでいてほしい。
なるほど。
You're
あ
awfully
の
nice when it
妹
comes
さ
to
んに
your
は優
sister.
しいのね、式は。
I'm making a conscious decision.
"基本的に俺は誰にでも優しくしているよ。
Hey, I'm nice to everyone.
最近になって例外が
It's
一
just
人
been an
できちまって
exception
た
to the rule recently.
それって私のことだ。
That's me.
わかんないやつだな。
I'm supposed to sound a little more
今のは
biting.
皮肉で言ったんだけど、褒めたんじゃなくて
You realize it wasn't a
悪口っ
compliment,
てやつ
right?
な。
そうなの？
Really?
でも
But you're
私は
saying
式
I'm
の
your
例外って
exception,
こと
right?
でしょ？
I kind of like that.
私ね、そういうの嫌いじゃないんだ。
I'll have him do it before him. But, well, it's because I made the decision. It's I don't. I'm sorry. Are you bored? Did you want to moderate stuff? Did you? Let me do my job. Alright, damn. Fucking... Alright. I'm only playing Elden Ring based. Could do that with one hand. Really? But you're saying I'm your exception, right? I kinda like that. Arkwade is still smiling. It's a carefree smile, like that of a child. My body feels weirdly hot. My temperature must have gone up. She's going to overwhelm me completely if I don't take my eyes off her, so I make a show of turning my head away.
本題に入ろう、アルクエイド。
Let's get down to business, Arkwade. To defeat the vamps.
昨日と同じように吸血鬼探し
Searching
を
for
す
the
るなら
vampire, yeah? Same as yesterday.
と、そうだ
Oh,
ったわ
you're
ね
right. You can keep
今
your
夜は
glasses
メ
on
ガネは
today,
外
though.
さなくていいから
Just follow along.
私の後についてきて
We wander the Dark City. Arkwade seems to have a place in mind, but because she hasn't shared anything, it almost feels like a midnight stroll.
今夜はピンポイントで見てもらう
We're
わ
going to narrow down our search
まずは
today.
騒がしい方ね
We'll go with the busier places first. She leads us into the commercial district near the station. We traverse the sleepless city, rich and vibrant even past 10. It's a veritable exhibition of modern culture, a buffet of light and sound. The white shadow, unchanged after untold centuries, makes her way through the city that's painted anew, seemingly every few months. Why can we see the lines? I thought she said we didn't have to take our glasses off. Untold centuries might be an overstatement. The phrase only came to mind because I've heard that vampires are immortal and long-lived.
四季あのビルを見
Take
て
a look at that building.
6階建
The
ての
narrow
細い方
six-story one.
入
You
ってい
see
く
lines on the
人間
people
たち
going
に線
inside?
が見える
普通だな。
They look normal to me.
死者は出入りしてな
No
い。
zombies.
外れね
This one's a
次に
dud
行き
then.
ましょう
On to the
は
next
い
place.
メガネかけて
And you can put your glasses back
先は
on.
長いんだか
We've
ら
got a ways
あん
to
まり無
go,
理
and
し
I
ない
don't
よう
want
に
you pushing yourself. Okay. Like she mentioned this afternoon, Arkwade has a good idea of where the zombies patrol. She wants to check out 6 places. The first 2 were a bust, but the third spot, a building with rentable offices, paid off. One of the security guards entering an unused office was an absolute cluster of lines. Arkwade understood just from the look on my face. She had me wait in the hall while she entered the room, exiting casually just a minute later.
ごめんなさい
Sorry, here's no good either.
低
I
級
was
の
just
式
a
だっ
lowly
た
ghoul. They
こ
must
の
be
辺
on
り
guard
で
after
昨
all
日
the
借り尽く
hunting
し
we
たか
did
ら
yesterday.
完全に警戒されたわね
Arkwade shrugs. She hides it well, but I sense that she feels discouraged.
何よニヤニ
What
ヤ
are you
して
smiling for?
私の
My
失敗が楽
failures
し
funny
い
to you?
の
いや、違うよ。
No, that's not it.
いつも気楽なお
I
前
was
で
just
も
surprised that you can
気
get
を落と
discouraged
すこと
too.
があるんだなって。
それ
What's
ど
that
ういう
supposed to
意
mean?
味私だって
broken and
人並み
splattered
に
just
壊
like
したり
anyone else,
潰したり
you know?
しますよだ
I wish she'd phrased that as happy and sad, but that's just too tall an order for this vampire princess. Man, Shiki really is just like me. Except for the murder part. Except for the murder part. Except for... Shiki really is just like me, except for the murder part. Especially the murder. Shut up! Shut up! We sneak out of the building and make for our next destination. It's just before midnight. We see fewer pedestrians and the neon lights begin to shut off one by one. Car taillights pass us by. Arkwade steps in time with them, as if to follow them home. Craving to play Devil May Cry? So play it. DMD, let's go. We've now investigated 5 spots to no avail, which means we only have 1 chance left. We seem to be headed for a residential area. Arquid doesn't say anything, but I get the idea that she was saving this one for last for a reason. I knew it was going to be like this, but it's still rough. You can do both. Can you put Savage Lion's Claw on a fist weapon or Dane's footwork? Because that would make for a great Beowulf substitute. I don't think so. Yeah, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. But it would. That's like, that would give you Beowulf's like moonsault. That would be sick. Okay, time to mod the game. Put any Ash of War on any weapon. I knew it was going to be like this, but it's still rough. Searching on foot in this day and age. Vampire hunting has always been a pain. The Sire's Coffin could be anywhere in the city. Finding it requires effort and patience. Okay then. Oh, and I don't want to be the one. It don't mean I don't want to be here or anything. I just thought it must be tough on you. Not particularly. This is all part of the process. As long as you do it properly, it works. All I can manage in response is a huh. Arquid is all business when it comes to hunting vampires. She'll do whatever it takes as long as it produces results. Just because she can leap 10 meters in the air doesn't mean she's itching to skip the legwork. Now that I think about it, it was the same when I first met her. She had fully integrated into human society during her search for vampires, even though she could have done what Vlav did if she felt like it. There's several you can add to dry lead arts and footwork, but not the lion after. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think so. There might be a few other Ash of Wars that might work well to substitute for, or to look like moves that Beowulf gives you access to. Or, what's the DMC4 one? Gilgamesh. I was just thinking Beowulf because Moonveil is like a great Yamato substitute. Whereas we don't really have a very good Rebellion substitute. It would just be like a basic straight sword with some other Ash of War on it. I don't know what it would be. Bro, I need to stop thinking about Elden Ring. It's constantly on my mind. What? Is there something on my face? No trip if you don't look in front of you. You know, it is pretty strange. Are you really okay being with me? We're hunting vampires. Aren't you scared? Huh? A baffled grunt escapes my throat. She's asking me this now? Am I okay being with her? I don't even have to think about it. Sure, not like I have any other choice. We're working together because we share a goal. Sure, I'm scared, but I'll do it for the common good. Arquid accepts my answer with a faint nod. The conversation stops there. We walk through the empty streets in silence. We're far from the station now. These 2 hours haven't been very productive, but somehow it doesn't feel like we've wasted our time. Even if we didn't address the root of the problem, we've at least stopped it from getting worse for today. That must be the reason behind this strange sense of accomplishment. You don't have to worry about me. I finally give voice to a feeling I'd never expressed.
四季
Shiki?
だから
I'm
気
saying I'm
楽だって
okay.
こと。
I'm just
俺
not
は
very
その
sturdy, you know?
根本的にろくでなしだから
So
さ。
when I have someone tough like you around,
お前みたいに頑丈なやつがいてくれると、なんていうか。
alright, Hiei, it's time to do your job. There you go, you wanted one. Yeah. Get his ass. I feel truly at ease. Everything I see is broken. How I look at the world is polluted. I shouldn't be here. When I'm with her, it feels like the conclusions I've come to these past 7 years begin to fade.
ねえねえ、それってつまり
Does that
私
mean
が
you're
四季
having
を
fun
楽し
when you're
くさ
with
せて
me?
るってこと？
逆。
The opposite.
あのな、
You know how taxing it is hanging out with a crazy vampire all day?
災難極ま
Whatever
ってる
comfort I feel comes from knowing that this can't
気が
possibly
楽っ
get
てい
any
うのは
worse.
どう転んだって今以下にはならないってことだよ。
おっかないって
Just
ど
what
の
part of me
辺
is
が？
crazy?
山ほどある。
Plenty.
殺しても生き返
Like
っ
the
て
fact
ひ
that
た
you
すら
come
追い
back
か
to
けて
life
くる
and
とか。
chase people after you're
3000度
killed.
の高熱をあちち
Or
で
that
済
you can
ますと
shrug
ころ
off
とか。
3,000 degree flames like they're a mild
ガムテー
inconvenience.
プとか、ビル
You
の
tape
屋
up
上
your
まで
wounds
駆
with
け上がると
packing
ころと
tape,
か
and you can run up the side of skyscrapers.
駅前をお釈
You
迦に
also
すると
turn
こ
the
ろと
area
か
outside of the station into a crater. And you gave everything you had to protect me and the town from Vlav's ice.
岩盤をちゃぶ台返し
You
すると
flip
ころとか
bedrock like
人
it's
の
a
体に
table.
よく
You
わかんない
rub
ものを
weird
塗り
stuff
つけ
into
たりと
people's
か
wounds.
あと昼間
Oh,
に
and you
学
show
校
up
に
at my
来るとこ
school
ろ
in
と
the middle of the
か
day. Wife material, TBH? True.
はいそこまでで結構
Alright,
で
that's
す。
quite enough.
四季の気
I
持ちは
see
よくわか
exactly
りま
how
し
it
た。
is.
お、いいのか
Are you sure?
まだ
I have
も
a
うちょっ
few
とだけ
more.
あるぞ。
I have a few more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like S tier flirting right now. Just bully the fuck out of each other.
いいわよ。自覚あ
No,
る
I
から。
get it.
ふんだ。どうせ
I'm a
私は
vampire,
吸
right?
血鬼ですものね。
Arquaid picks up her pace, walking briskly ahead of me.
ちょ、待てっ
Well,
てば。
hey, slow down.
お前が本気になっ
You
た
know
ら
I
追
can't
いつ
keep
か
up
ない
when you
ぞ
go so
俺。
fast. I follow her, half jogging. Turns out our sixth destination was just up ahead. Here it is, in the middle of the neighborhood. A typical 4-story apartment complex. Nothing out of the ordinary. There look to be 4 apartments per floor, with lights visible in most of their windows. The people who live here are still awake, spending their time as they please. But as someone looking in from the outside, there's no way of knowing whether that involves any shady business. I look at the lines. The strain it puts on my brain makes me nauseous. This place seems wrong. There's nothing unusual about the lines running across the building, but it feels somehow lifeless. There's something unnatural about the brightness emanating from the interior, or from the strangely concentrated lines of death scrawled across the woman just now entering the apartment complex.
そう。
I see.
やっぱり当たり
I
ね。
was right then. Instead of going to the entrance of the apartment complex, Arquaid heads down the slope leading to the underground garage. The garage is guarded by a metal shutter.
普通のマンションだけど。
This looks like any old apartment
ここな
building.
のか。
Are you sure this is it?
ええ。この
I
シャ
am.
ッター、
There's
人
a
よけと
barrier
消
on the
臭の結界が
shutter
か
on
か
the
って
shutter
る。
that wards people off and masks scents.
あれはカメラか
And
な
I。think that's a camera.
私の姿を捉
They
えて
may
る
be
け
able
ど
to see me, but
中
it's
の
too
死者
late
た
for
ち
them
に
to
もう
run
逃げる
now.
時間はない。
Though they
昼間
probably could have.
私
They
一人で
probably
やっ
could
て
have
き
if
てい
I'd
たら
come
逃
by
げ
this
られていた
afternoon
で
on
しょう
my
けど
own.。 Bending down, she places her hands under the shutter. Is she really going to pull the shutter up by...
四季、
Shiki,
このシャッター
can
切
you
れる
cut this?
そりゃ切れるけ
Well,
ど、
sure, but should
いい
I?
のか？
ええ、私より四季が
This is
強
your
い。
area of expertise.
無理やり開けると警
Besides, if
報
I
が鳴
rip
る
it
でしょ
open, I might set off an alarm. Good point. Arkwade is pretty good at keeping her cool under pressure.
四季はガレージの入り口に
You
い
wait
て、
near the entrance to the garage.
ここが巣なら
If this is their
中に
nest,
は
there
10
could be
体
as
近
many
い
as
アンデッ
10
ドがいる
undead
はず。
inside.
相手が1体だけ
I'm
なら
sure you
四季
could
の
take
方
on
が強
one,
いけど、
but 2 or
2
more
体以
might
上
be
に
too
なる
much
と
for
不利
you.
でしょうから。
別に俺はそこま
I
で。
think I could at least...
まあいいか。
Never mind.
わかった。
I'll open the door.
切るぞ。
I cut along a line on the shutter. Metal meets concrete with a clatter. I peer into the pitch black through the opening I just cut.
なんだこの匂い。
God, it stinks in there. A foul stench hits my nostrils. The garage reeks of rotting meat and rancid blood. I see several squirming clusters of lines within. The sound of the shutter being sliced open seems to have caught their attention. There are 22 of them. With this many undead, there's no doubt that their sire is here with them too.
アルクエイド。
Arkwade,
予想よ
there's
り
more
数
than we
が多い。
thought.
ここが根城なん
This
だ。
must be their nest, right?
ならやっぱり俺も。
ここは根城じゃないわ。
It's
た
just
だ
a
の
feeding
食堂
ground.
よ。大丈夫。
Don't worry,
起きたばっか
these
り
are
の
fresh
節なんて
undead, so
虫
they're
みたい
nothing.
なものだし。
Just wait there and
四
I'll
季
be
はそ
done
こ
in
で
a
待って
jiffy.
て。すぐ片付けちゃうから。
Damn, okay. Girl boss it up.
マジか。
Holy shit. My brain has difficulty keeping up with the incomprehensible scene in front of me. Something so beautiful, yet so grotesque. Like a figure skater performing in a graveyard full of decay. A throng of undead approaches their guest. She conducts a symphony of snapped bones with a single swing of her arm. A cacophony of fangs clattering to find their prey. The sound of splitting flesh. Somehow, even within the mist of gore, a white shadow untouched by a single fleck of blood. It takes my breath away no matter how many times I see it. Of course, these corpses don't stand a chance against her. Their abilities are too mismatched, their viewpoints too dissimilar. Their very existences reside in different dimensions. As if the word unparalleled was coined for her and her alone. To Arkwade, these vampires that exist only to drink blood must be no different from humans. They're prey and nothing more. Another current of pain runs through my brain. It's what I get for going without my glasses for so long, but I can't put them back on yet. Arkwade may have said she could take them all by herself, but there are still more than 10 of them left. It will take her less than a minute to deal with the rest of them at her current pace, but just in case, I... Huh? Something is wrong. Arkwade's movements are slowing. She hasn't been injured. The zombies can't even get close to her in the first place. But even still... Her face appears to distort with pain with every enemy she rends. All of them fall to her terrible onslaught. The next thing I know, there's only one left. This shouldn't require excessive force. A zombie of this caliber ought to perish in a single slash of her claws. And yet... Perhaps seeing the fight's end, the white silhouette pulverizes the humanoid, holding nothing back. It's over. Standing center stage of the carnage is Arkwade, her breath still ragged. She finally loosens her shoulders. That idiot. I don't know what was going on in that head of hers, but she's exhausted too much of her strength. She could have used a tenth of what she used just now and still finished things without breaking a sweat.
アルクイド
Arquaid. I quietly call her name from the entrance.
あ、ど
How
う
was it?
見ててく
Were
れ
you
た
watching me,
し
Shiki?
今夜はこれで終わ
I
り
went
だ
a little
し
harder
あ
since
な
it's
た
our
の前
last
だ
outing of the
し
night.
いつもより張り切っ
And
てやっ
because
ちゃっ
you're
た
here and all. She was showing off for us.
お前な
A little harder?
こんな物騒な
That's the
張り切っちゃっ
understatement of
た
the
とか
century.
初めて聞いたぞ
I sigh. She really is a troublemaker. How am I supposed to respond to the idea that she just wanted to show off to me?
まあ
Well,
確かに
it
ちょっ
was
と見と
certainly
れたのは事実だ
impressive. What the fuck is that? The cheerful mood is cut short. My thoughts cease. My mind blanks. Something strange and unspeakable draws my attention. That's a D&D creature. That's a oh, I forget what they're called. It's the Grumbler. It's one of them spider people. Not a Drider, but like the other ones. Ettercap? I think it's an Ettercap. It looks like an Ettercap to me. When did it get here? Or rather, how long have I failed to see it? A panther appearing in a back alley. Flaming corpses. Dead things in the form of human beings. I've seen my share of abnormalities these past few days. I've experienced a lot of things for the first time. Aircaps might be the mushroom guys. I don't know. I don't remember. But you know what I mean. The spider, not the like spider centaur things. Those are Driders, but the spider humanoid things that like I think serve them. I don't remember. It's been a while since I cracked open my monster manual. Yet those were all based in reality. They were variations on what I know, mere extensions of common sense. This thing is different. The air it exudes is too irregular, its classification too deviant. Its very existence is born of some indecent process. It belongs neither here in Soya nor in Arquaid's world. It's shaped like a person. Its stench is like that of the zombies. But humanoid as it is, it's discarded any claims as a Homo sapiens. I don't sense any respiratory functions. Can't see how it would react to light. Yet my instincts grasp that this beast is built to be a predator. While I've never seen anything like it, it does remind me of something I know. A spider. Well, she gets 2024, you can't say that anymore? What, Homo sapiens? My mind is still frozen. I can't quite remember how to work my throat. The muscles in its abdomen flex and ripple. A mass of bulging flesh isn't body fat, but many muscular arms. Strange fleshy tubes like writhing invertebrates. The moment I recognize it for what it is.
アルカイド
Oh, this game's getting worse and worse. I shout. Arquaid turns to look, sensing the aberration behind her. The monster's tentacle shoots out like a whip, cracking at the back of Arquaid's neck. It's quick, but not quick enough to catch Arquaid completely off guard. Arquaid's claws fly to meet the limb of flesh. The same claw that cuts through the zombie's flesh as easily as a scrap paper. But her rending claws are unable to sever the scourging tendril. Rather, the deflected whip keeps its inertia, brutally lashing across the woman's back. I hear a trigger fire at the back of my skull. This zombie is an aberration. That's one thing. Its skin is unusually resilient. That's another. The zombie is on a different level of repugnance. That's yet another. But more than anything else, its second and third arm threaten to come down and end Arkawade's life. No way. That's stupid. She's stupid. If she hadn't pushed herself, she would have never gotten into this position. This is ridiculous. She's injured again. Cornered, up against the wall. Her breathing is ragged. She's taking hits even I could avoid. Thank God I'm not wearing my glasses. I probably wouldn't have broken them in anger if I was. The aberration leaps into the air, seemingly enjoying itself. A vulgar grin pulls at its lips, having found prey it wouldn't normally be able to hunt. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's mine. It's my fault. That's my job. I killed her. I brought her down. But she still forgave me. Trash like me who killed her for simple pleasure. And now... you're fucking dead! It looks like it's time for Jack to let her rip. Don't touch her with those disgusting things. I cut, without thought, without wasted movement, like an animal driven by pure instinct. Am I running? Is it chasing me? That's fine. There's no hesitation in my steps. A second strike from the beast, short and fast, unlike the first. The equivalent of a jab in boxing. An action that maximizes speed with minimal movement. Not particularly powerful, but too fast for the eye to register. Too fast to react to. But that's not an issue for me. If I can't dodge it, I can just cut through it. Yeah, get away from her, you bitch! Man, now I want to watch Aliens again. I pursue the figure in front of me, a crimson cluster of tightly packed lines of death. Without even thinking, I'm slashing a potent line. There goes its left leg, dead, despite how wary I'd been of it before. Now all I have left to fear is its bite, but I'm already close enough to reach. I stab the point thrumming just up and to the right of its navel. There are no death throes. The aberration simply collapses to the ground, like a mechanical doll with its batteries removed. Was that a subtle reference? A mechanical doll. Y'all remember, if you were here for that, Witch on the Holy Night. I finally let out the breath that I've been holding all this time. I'm surrounded by lumps of rotting flesh. The thing I killed is gone, vanished into ash. Considering the bodies of the zombies killed by Arkwade still remain, it seems that this one was indeed special. But I killed it. I snuffed the life out of the aberration without faltering for a second. My mind still won't process things properly. This was pure violence. A mad rush without a single thought spared toward the lessons that Master taught me. An action fueled by the murderous rage I've tried so hard to quell. Regret, remorse, hatred, despair. It will all return with a vengeance once I've calmed down. But I'm fine with that. I am. As long as Arkwade is safe. This is the first time. Just now I used my power to save someone. In full control of myself and with no hesitation. I look back to find Arkwade breathing heavily, her shoulders trembling.
大丈夫か
Are you okay, Arkwade? I'm at her side in an instant. She holds her heaving chest like she's in pain, like a suffering animal that knows nothing but how to gasp for air.
バカ油断し
Don't
すぎ
let
だ
your guard down, you idiot. This
あんな考え
kind
な
of
しで
stuff
暴れる
happens
か
because you move without thinking.
大丈夫か
Are you okay?
体の傷
Did you open your
開いちまっ
wounds?
たのか
Her back is shivering. This is bad. For one, she's completely drenched in sweat. Worried that Arkwade's hurt herself, I lean in to take a good look and...
Oi.
Hey.
仕切ったら
You're
けだ
such an animal.
今のすごい
Oh my god, that was too much. Now this is just cruel. Arkwade wasn't doubled over in pain. She was trying to hold back her laughter.
嘘泣きとかお前人間社会に
Faking
毒されすぎてないか
Has human society already corrupted you that much?
というかそうだよ
And
な
sorry for
心
being
配した俺
worried
がバカ
about
だっ
you.
た
Should have known you were
頑丈
too
なお前
damn
が
dense to
あ
get
れぐらい
hurt.
で痛がるはずないもんな
あひ
Wow, that
どい
was super mean.
痛いのは本
It
当だっ
did
たんだか
hurt, you
ら
know.
あとちょっと追い込まれ
Any
ていたら
further, and the cut on my
誰かさ
stomach
ん
might
に
have
切
opened
られ
up
てお
again.
腹がまた開い
The
てい
cut I
たとこ
got
ろよ
at someone's expense. That's not fair. No matter what I say, I'm still to blame, so I accept my defeat in silence.
はいはい
Alright, I
わか
get
りま
it.
した俺
I'm
が
so
悪う
very
ございま
sorry.
したともさっきのバカ
You
笑い
could
は
have
どうあ
skipped
れ
laughing like an
お前が
idiot,
無事でよ
but
かっ
I'm
た
glad you're okay. My mouth opens fire before I can help myself. And after I do, she's back to wearing that usual enigmatic grin.
なんだよまだ
What
何かある
now?
のか
Is there something else?
うんそ
Yep.
れと
And
嘘
I
泣き
wasn't
じゃない
fake
よ
crying.
嬉
It's
しい
true
の
that
も
I was
本当
happy too.
だって
I
式
mean,
がすご
just
く
look
頼
how
りになるんだも
dependable
ん
you are. My cheeks are burning. I turn away to try and counter the sudden ambush.
何
Is something
どう
wrong,
かした
Shiggy?
式
どうも
It's
してない
nothing. Just a
ちょっ
little
と
hot
暑い
in
ん
here
で
is all.
ほら
What an excuse. That was genuinely terrible. Though for now, I can't bring myself to look at Arkwade. I bring my hands to my face to hide my burning cheeks, but it only serves to heat them more. Excuse me. Oh, I'm yawning again. Excuse me. What's with that look? What is she thinking? As if being good at killing is something to be praised. Read the room. You're evil. The witch. Why the hell am I still happy about it? You need to calm down. Chill the fuck out.
よし
Alright.
着いた
I feel better now.
これからどうしようか
So, what should we do now?
ほらこ
This
こ
may
が
not be
敵
their
の
main
本拠地じ
base,
ゃない
but
にしても
should we look around for
中に
clues or
入っ
something?
て手がかりを探すとか
Bro is an overthinking king just like me.
そうね人が来る前に調べても
Maybe
い
good
い
to
か
take a
も
look around before anyone else arrives.
棺の手がかりは
I
な
doubt
い
we'll
でしょ
find
うけ
anything
ど
leading to the
他
coffin,
の食堂
but
の
we
場
may
所が
find something that leads us to another feeding. I can't do this. The throbbing in my chest won't calm down. My face is burning up. I'm growing more lightheaded by the second. Arkwade's voice feels like it's passing me by. But what am I supposed to do? Anyone would be smitten being told that with that kind of smile. The pain in my head, the heaviness in my arms and legs, it's all because of...
式
Shiki?
ちょっと大丈夫？
Hey, are you okay?
すごい熱。
You're burning up.
あの死者、そんなに
Seeing
見え
that
にくい
undead
相手
without
だ
your
ったの？
glasses that hard on you?
いや、そん
No,
なことはな
nothing
かっ
like
たけ
that.
ど、
But
けど、お前、
can you
なんか、
can you just give me some space?
近くない。
I can barely move my head. I'm conscious, but my brain feels like it's stuffed with cotton, completely dulling my senses.
ここの調査はやめて
Let's take a little
休憩
break
にし
from
ま
our
しょう。
investigation.
どうせ手がか
They
りなんて
probably
残
wouldn't
さ
have
ないや
left
つだ
behind
し、
anything useful
今日
anyway.
は食堂を潰せた
Taking
だ
out
け
a
で
feeding
十
ground
分
is
よ。
plenty for today.
これだ
They
け
won't
の
be able to make
働
a
きを
move
失
so
った
soon
ら
after losing
し
their
ばらく
workers.
活動はできないし、もう自分から外に出てくるしかなくな
Their
るわ。
only choice will be to come out on their own. She pulls me away by the arm. I nod vaguely, and we leave the garage and the sea of body parts within. I rest on a bench. Full feeling returns to my arms and legs after about 30 minutes. I didn't notice it myself, but it seems that starting at the aberration's lines really did a number at me. Staring at the aberration's lines really did a number on me. Arquaid stands in front of the bench. She's been staring at me since we arrived.
あのな、アルクエイド。
Arquaid,
めまいも消えたんだし、
I'm not feeling dizzy
そう
anymore,
いかにも
so
俺
would
が
you
悪いっ
mind
て
not
顔
looking
は
at me
もう
like
や
I
め
did
てくれ。
something wrong?
そもそも、
If I
あ
hadn't
の
done
時
what
はああ
I
で
did,
も
you
しな
might
い
have
と
opened your
傷
wounds
が
like
開
you
いたん
said.
だろ、お前。
あれは言葉のあや。
That was a figure of
あ
speech.
んな編集ぐらいな
I've
んと
seen
でもで
plenty
き
of
たわ。
variant zombies.
そんなこ
Your
とよ
body
り
is
あな
more
たの
important
体
to me.
よ。
Do you
昨日
remember what I
の
said
話、
yesterday?
ちゃんと覚えてる？
目を使いすぎるなって
To
話
not
だ
use
ろ。
my eyes too much.
わかってる。
I know.
俺だって
I
廃
don't
人に
want to
は
be
なりたくな
broken
い。
either.
次からは気をつける。
はあ、鈍感にも程がある。あなたに危機感を植え付けるのは
You
難儀
really
そう
are
ね。
thick. Instilling a healthy sense of fear in you is going to be a trial.
ま、一
Well,
番
I
身
guess it's
近に
only
して
natural to be
最
this
高
way
級
when
の
you're
死に
so
慣れてい
used to
るん
seeing
だから、
death itself.
それも当然か。
What to do?
ほんと、
Maybe if I gave you a
ど
good
うしてや
scare.
ろうかしら。一度思いっきり怖がらせてあげましょうか。
Why is she so resentful about this? Can someone explain it to me?
最高級の恐怖なら、
Pretty sure I
お前に
already
追いかけられ
experienced
た
the
時の
ultimate
でお
fear when
腹い
you
っぱい
chased
だ
me
よ。
down the first time.
この目が危険だってこ
You
と
don't
も
need to remind me how
言われな
dangerous
くとも
my
分
eyes
かっ
are.
てる。
I know already. I've lived with them for 7 years now.
さっきのだって、
That stuff
いつも
just
なら
now
めまいは
wouldn't
起こさなか
normally
っ
make me
た。
so dizzy.
あれは単に
It's just... I don't think it was from looking at the lines too much. I was just overwhelmed from everything with Arquaid.
単に、何？
Just what?
単に
I was just
歩
tired
き
from
尽くし
walking.
で疲れていただ
I'm
けだ。
sure you're doing fine, but humans are
お
bound
前
to
は
get
平
tired
気だ
after
ろうけ
walking
ど、
for 2 hours
人
straight.
間は疲れるんだよ。2時間歩きっぱなしだと。
それならいい
If
け
you
ど、
say so.
仕切っ
But are
て
you
た
sure
の
you
に
don't view
自分
yourself
を
too
客観視し
objectively?
すぎてない？その魔眼の
Like,
せいで
maybe
自
you
分
hate
嫌いに
yourself
なって
because of
る
your
とか？
mystic eyes.
いや、
If I
自
hated
分が
myself,
嫌
I
いにな
wouldn't
れた
worry
ら
about my eyes in
目
the
のこ
first
とで
place.
悩んだりはしないだろう。言っておくけど、
Just to be
俺
clear,
は
I've
自分
never
のことも
despaired
周
of
りの
my
ことも
situation or
やけ
anything.
になって見たことは一度もないよ。
そうなんだ。
Huh.
ちょっと意外。
That's a little surprising. I'm sure it is. But this is a question of dignity, of having a place to belong. Someone once said that even a person like me has a reason to live. That's why I don't want to fall into despair, or hate myself. It may be a small thing to live my life by, but it's brought me this far.
それに、この目だって
Besides,
そ
it's
ん
not
なに
like it's
悪い
all
ことば
bad.
かりでもないし。裸眼でいるといろいろと
Sure,
不
being
都合が
without
あ
my
るけど、
glasses can be difficult,
食欲が薄れ
but
るのは
not
手
having
間
much
が
of an
省けて
appetite
楽だよ
saves a。lot of time.
もともと
I've
小
always
食
been
だ
a
か
light
ら
eater
相
anyway,
性はいい
so
と
it's a
思
pretty
う。
good combo.
魔眼による食
I'm
欲の
not sure
減
I
少
see the
と
connection
持っ
between
て
a
生まれた消
mystic
化
eye-related
機能
loss
の
of
関係
appetite
は
and your
私
body's
にはわから
inherent
ないけど、
digestive function.
ああ、いや、ごめん。
Sorry. That was
今
kind
の
of
は
joking.
冗談というか
It's a little
本気で
embarrassing
取ら
if
れ
you
る
take
と
it
恥ず
seriously.
かしいというかですね。
真面目な話よ。
This is serious.
あなたの目は
I know
後
you
天
said
的
you
なも
obtained
の
your
と言っ
mystic
ていた
eyes
け
later
ど、
in life,
そ
but
れ
it's
は現
possible
れ
they
るのが
just took
遅かっ
time
た
to
だけの話
manifest.
かもしれない。
現れるのが遅か
What
っ
do you mean?
ただけ。
ええ。超能
Powers
力は
like yours
突
may
然変異
manifest
体だけ
suddenly,
ど、
but that
それにだって
mutation needs a
誕生する土
foundation in
壌が
order to
必要
take
なの。
root.
四季のような目
Even
を
if
持
none
つ
of your
先祖はいなか
ancestors
った
had
と
your
しても、
specific eyes,
似通った目を持
there
った
should have been
親はい
something
たかもしれな
resembling
い。
them. There should have been some with something resembling them.
魔術師は知識と
Mages
身体
transplant
回
their
路を子
knowledge and
供に移植
circuits
するけ
into
ど、
their children.
あなたのような
But
異能は
abnormalities
後輩
like
による
yours
遺
are
伝子だけで
transmitted
伝わっていっ
genetically
て、
by breeding,
覚醒遺伝として現
though
れる場合が
oftentimes
多いか
they'll
ら。
skip generations.
後輩による遺伝子。
Genetically?
つ
You
まり
mean I got them from my
親父か？
father?
というより、
More
あ
like your
なたの
entire
一族
family.
全体の話ね。家系の中で
It's
あな
far
た
more
だけ
unnatural
特
to
別
assume you're the
という
only
考え
special
方
one.
の方が不自然よ。あなたに異能があるの
If
な
you
ら、
have such an unusual
あなたの
power,
家系
it's
すべて
likely
が
that your
特
entire
別
lineage is
と考
special.
えるべき。
Are you telling me you can't think of any other
四季
examples
の
in
家
your
族っ
family?
てそういう人たちなんじゃないの？
I can't help but laugh at the question. She wants me to believe this is all genetic? That Akiha or Makihisa have eyes like mine? I'm 100% positive that's not the case. I'm the only weird one in the family. I'm Belmont detected. A little bit. Besides, without my accident, I'd never have gotten these eyes in the first place. They weren't inherited at all. More like a side effect.
でも忠告は受
I'll
け取
take
って
that
おく。
into consideration.
ありが
Thanks,
とう
Arquid.
アルクエイド。
Hey, wait.
何？
What are you
いき
thanking
な
me
りかし
for?
こまって。私、あなたに
This
とっ
must
て
be tough for
嫌
you
な
to talk
話をし
about,
た
and
と
I
思う
went
ん
and
だ
brought
け
it
ど
up。anyway.
嫌な話じゃなか
It's
った。
fine, really.
全部
I know you're
俺
doing
の
this
体
because
を
you're
気
worried
遣って
about
くれ
me.
てのことだったからさ。今日の学校での事前
Came
調
to
査
my
だって
school so I wouldn't have to push
俺に
myself
無理さ
tonight,
せたく
right?
なかったんだろう。
Even though being
お前
outside
だ
of
っ
the
て
day
昼
is
間は
hard for
辛い
you.
のに。だから
So thank you.
ありがとう。
Though I may be a little late in
ここ
realizing
まで
how
されて
thoughtful
やっ
you've
と気が
been.
つくあたり、お礼を言える立場でもないけど。でも、そういう
But
ア
what
ルク
about
エイド
you?
はどうなんだ？腹の傷、
Is the injury on your
本当に
stomach
塞
really
がってる
okay?
んだろうな。
そっちはちゃんと塞がってる
Why do
け
you
ど、
ask?
なんで？
いや、さっき調
You
子
weren't
悪
looking
そうだ
so
った
good
な
for。there for a second.
何も
It
され
seemed
て
like
ない
you
の
were
に
pretty hurt,
苦し
or
そ
at
うだっ
least
たという
irritated
か、
by something.
イライラしていたというか。
Oh. I feel a strange sting in my chest. It's not painful. If anything, it's ticklish.
四季？
いや、
Sorry,
なんだこれ。
what is this? I stick my hand into my shirt without thinking. It's slimy. Why? My fingers are coated in something thick and sticky like paint.
なんだろう。
Weird.
なんか、
It's wet. I pull my hand from my shirt. From my fingers to my palm. It's slick with crimson blood. What? Another sting. That strange feeling again. It took me far longer than it should have to recognize that it's coming from the old scar on my chest.
四季、それ。
Shiki, is that?
変だな。
That's weird.
痛くもないし、
It doesn't
傷も開いてないの
And
に、
the wound didn't open up either.
胸から血が
But
滲
I'm
んでる。
bleeding. It's so red. A bright, pure, eye-catching liquid.
あ
Oh,
あ、さっきのやつ
I
の
wonder
爪
if
が
that thing
かす
caught
って
me
い
with
た
its
とか。
claws.
痛みはないんだ
But
し、
it doesn't hurt.
血もこれしか
It
滲
seems
んで
like
こ
it
ないみたい
stopped,
だし、
so I don't think it's
気にする
anything
必
to...
要は。
Arquid is staring at my hand. Or perhaps more accurately, she is utterly fixated on the crimson liquid that covers it.
アルクエイド。
Arquid, She doesn't answer. Her breathing is slow and labored. Heavy, shaking breaths, like it's hurting her to breathe.
おい、アルクエイド。
Hey, Arquaid.
どうした？やっぱり
Is
傷
he
が
a
痛んで。
wound? Shiki, get a fucking grip, you idiot. Vampire! Seriously, dude, sometimes I wonder if you're even paying attention to your own story. I grab her shoulder, but when I do, she quickly brushes my hand away, fleeing my concern.
アル
Arquaid.
し
She pushes out my name between her shallow breaths, a hint of hostility ringing through her tone.
違う。
No.
私
I
そ
would
ん
never
なこ
think
と
something
思っ
like
て
that.
ない。
What is this? Arquaid looks away uneasily.
どうしたんだよ。
What's
変だぞ、お
wrong?
前。
You're acting weird.
体、ま
Do
だ
you
回
still
復
need
し
more
てない
time
んじ
to
ゃないの
rest?
か。
そうね。
Yeah.
ちょっと無理しすぎたみ
Looks
た
like
い。
I pushed myself a little too hard.
だから私
I'm
帰
gonna
る
go
ね。
home.
ああ。
Oh. Alright.
まあ、ど
You
う
did
せ
say
今
we
夜
were
は
done
こ
for
れ
the
で
day.
おしまいだって言ってたけど。
うん。
Right.
また明日
I'll see
こ
you
こで待って
tomorrow.
る。
I'll be waiting here. She's gone before I can stop her, and going after her was never an option. Without even giving me another look, she's leaped into the night sky. Like a rabbit hopping across the moon. There it is again. The Moon Wabbit. It's Moon Wabbit Wednesday. Following the road up the hill from the residential district, I eventually reached the estate's outer wall. It's a little past 2 in the morning. My fatigue is really starting to set in now.
あいつ、
I wonder if
あん
she's
なん
really
で
okay.
大丈夫なのかな。
Arquaid's expression when we parted steadily weighs on my mind. She didn't seem tired or in pain, but... That's strange. There's something standing there, between the street lamps, where neither light reaches. Thump. The first thing I feel is terror. The situation is so unnatural, so unreal, it feels like my heart will stop. Unfortunately, I'm already used to things like this. Masking my quickened pulse, I quietly take my knife in my hand. Thump. My blood is flowing at double its usual speed. Or perhaps that's just another illusion. It's definitely a person. But I can't see anything other than that. There's something strange about the silhouette. It's getting closer. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of hollow footsteps. Its only exposed eye is bloodshot and fixed on me. Is it that guy? The blade of my knife is set loose. My other hand goes to the temple of my glasses. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. With one final step, the figure crosses the point of no return. That very moment, the light from the street lamps vanishes with an audible click. Even though the moon is bright tonight, the world is plunged into darkness. Thump. My heart races as if to inform me of my rapidly approaching demise. His blade races toward my left arm, near the bicep. My reason will have to catch up later. I bring my knife up to meet the flash streaking towards me through the darkness, deflecting it just in time. The edges of the shadow's lips contort. Somehow, I sense it's grinning. But I can't lose focus. I need to counter this thing. Although I'm surprised, I'm also perfectly calm. Not a second has passed since this figure came into my sight. My thoughts have ceased. Time has frozen over. I don't have a moment to waste on being shocked. The clashing of our blades sends sparks flying into the night air. Though this unnatural darkness conceals us both, I can see something shining brightly within it. Distinct, shimmering junctions connecting the life underneath. I deflect the relentless blade exactly how I intend to. If there's one thing that astounds me, it's the fact that my body is able to stop these shrouded attacks so precisely, even while I'm already this exhausted. Is my opponent simply easy to read? That may be part of it, but it's not all. My arm is simply following the map of lines and points that my eyes see. And in this complete darkness, they're all I can see, so I focus on them alone. My head. It hurts terribly. My thoughts are on fire. My chest stings. My head hurts. My scar is hot. My eyes feel like they might spill from their sockets. This feels familiar. Something like this happened long, long ago. Yes. The body of a child covered in blood. Akiha, bloodied and crying. My own blood-soaked hands. Metal crashes against metal. Pure instinct allows me to continue deflecting the blade. That was close. I blacked out there for a second. I won't let my guard down again. Because I know where it's aiming. I can parry every strike before my mind even catches up. The reason is simple. It's aiming for my body's lines. That's why I know where it'll aim before it even moves. All I need to do is protect the line it's most likely to be aiming for based on its posture and timing. The second I realize my enemy's strategy, I finally speak. Can you see them? I know it. The figure can see the exact same thing I do. Damn it. The shadow laughs in the darkness. Its bloodshot eye stares me down mockingly, as if to say, "So you finally noticed." Blood is rapidly pumped through my body. The corners of my lips rise in a confluence of exaltation and fear. Ooh. Typo. Exultation with a U. Exultation is like celebration. Exaltation is like worshipping a god. Into a garbage? What? The whole VN? To throw the whole VN into the garbage? One typo? Alright, streams over. If we threw away a whole VN just because of one typo, we would have done this on, like, Chapter 1. I see. Then we're on equal terms. If either one of us hits their mark, it'll be over. But that doesn't matter to me. Not anymore. So what if any of its cuts could kill me? If that was enough to scare me, I wouldn't be alive right now. I think of that sheer cold I endured before. Vlad was far more impressive. This thing doesn't compare to a vampire like that, even if it might be the one Archwade's after. All things considered, I have the upper hand. Attack. Attack. I'm taking the offensive. The figure's keeping up, but it's forced to dedicate everything to matching me. I can win. I don't know who this is or where they came from, but what I do know is that I'm cornering them. Goosebumps form on my skin. My heart races with the feeling of power. I can win. I'm stronger. I'm stronger. This thing is going to kill me, then I'll just kill them first. I deflect my opponent's attack, disarming them. A step forward, a thrust of the knife, bared like a fang, at the now unprotected lion before me. I can win. I feel great. I can do this! Something's odd. Why don't I feel any hesitation? The street lamps flicker back on, rousing my mind from its feverish state. There's no one in front of me. The shadow I engaged in battle isn't there. It's been flung against the estate's outer wall, impaled by a long, thin object. I struggle to make sense of the situation. The figure that attacked me, a man apparently, was run through with a rod-like object that flew in from the side. The impact must have flung him against the wall. No human could survive something like that. But that thing isn't human. Don't interfere. His voice is hoarse. The man, his guts skewered, wheezes as he glares into the night sky. I keep my distance as I follow his gaze. And there, I see a familiar figure standing atop the streetlight. Take me to church. Anyway.
ノエル先生
Noel? Cool boots. I was not looking at her boots. Alexander Anderson. If it was Anderson, everybody would be dead. Also, I thought she was holding, like, a lamppost, but that's a Naginata. She's dressed like a nun. In her right hand, she holds a narrow-bladed sword. In her left, an absurdly massive halberd. I recognize the shape of the former. Or to be more exact, part of my brain remembers it having entered my field of view. On a subconscious level, I know that it's one of those swords that saved me from Vlov's icicles. Ah, so it was her. I remember that. I didn't bring it up, but I remember it. Our eyes meet. She shoots me a smile, and the next moment, she launches her swords at the shadowed figure. O Temple, manifest. As she says the words, light bursts from the swords. Oh, fuck. I can hear the air shift as she readies her halberd. She readjusts her grip. Did she just stick her fucking tongue out? And leaps down from the light, aiming for her target. The man cries out as flesh and bone are severed. The shadow-like substance surrounding him is dispersed by Noel's implement of war. The man, shadow and all, begins to dissolve, just like the aberrant zombie I fought in the garage. He stares me down as his body fades away. His black, bloodshot eye exudes hatred, as if he were cursing my very existence. All I can do is stare, dumbfounded. The man fades with the shadows that surround him. Erased completely from this world, with no evidence he ever existed in the first place. When he sees the lines going over people's clothing, do they belong to the cloth of the person? That's a good question. I think the person. Because when he chopped up Arcwade, like, clearly, like, she still had her clothes on, obviously, and, like, you saw that you didn't see any more lines on her clothes. So I think when a person is wearing clothes, it's one, like, entity. It becomes like a gestalt. But then if you take the shirt, I wonder if you'd, like, take their clothes off if their lines are different. It's a weird question. Anyway, let's talk to the teacher nun lady. What did you say? All that remains are the sounds of wind and chirping insects. It feels just like any other night now. It's like the entire world is pretending that the man who screamed his heart out never existed. Oh my god. Meanwhile, I've been left with an equally strange person.
こんばんは。
Good evening.
この国の夜は
I'd
安
heard
全
this
だと
country
聞い
was
てい
safe
た
at
けど、
night, but it seems that
この
doesn't
辺
go
り
for
は
this
物
part
騒
of
なの
town.
ね。
I was out for a walk, and what do I find but a
吸
cute little
血鬼み
student
たい
of
な化
mine
け
being
物が
attacked by some
可
sort of
愛い教え子
vampire.
に襲いかかっているんだもの。それとも、
Or could it be that there's
あ
something
なたの
special
周り
that
が
drew
特
danger
別なの
to
か
you,
しら。
Shikitono?
どうの四季くん？
The woman turns to face me. She smiles with obvious, unbridled hostility. There's no mistaking it. It's none other than our school's latest substitute teacher.
ノエル先生っ
Miss Noel.
ていいん
Should
で
I
すか？
still call you that?
そうね。
I don't mind it,
先
but this
生って
isn't
響き
school.
は悪くないけど、
I think we'd both
こ
feel
こは
more
学校
comfortable
の
if you
外なん
didn't
だ
think
し、
of me as your teacher.
先生は外した方が何かと気が楽よね。お互いに。
Her footfalls reverberate in my ears. Noelle is getting closer. With halberd in hand and an unsettling smile plastered on her face, she approaches. I feel like both of these are technically the same answer. I also feel like we might fucking die soon, so... Ahem. Faith builds ain't shit.
無駄だってな。
Bro, did you watch our Elden Ring playthrough? Ha! That won't do you any good. Noelle leaps at me the second I ready my knife. The difference in reach between our weapons is too great. Faster than I can think to react, she swipes at my side with the butt of her polearm. Fucking ow. My head spins at the overwhelming impact. The attack must have sent me flying over a meter through the air. I brace myself, ignoring the pain from the initial blow. My back hits the asphalt, and I'm able to absorb some of the shock, but Noelle is already there.
ダメよ、四季くん。
Bad move, Shigi.
敵を前にしてあか
How do
ら
you
さま
think
に
your
身構
enemy
え
would
るとか。
respond if you took such a
もう
hostile
甘す
pose?
ぎてにやけちゃう。私、
I'm a bit
臆
of
病
a
だから
coward,
つ
so
い
I
本
couldn't
気で
help
打ち
but give
込ん
it
じゃ
all
っ
I
たけど、
got.
まだ
Are
生
you
きて
still
る？
alive? God, if evil, why hot? I prop my arms under me to try and stand up. But Noelle steps down on my chest with a heavy boot. God, I wish that were me.
おとなしくしていてね。
Be a
キ
good
リ
boy
も
and
なけ
stay
れば
there,
恋人
okay?
同士でもな
I
い
won't
ですし、
hesitate to snap that pretty
下
little
手に
neck of
暴れ
yours
る
if
と
you
その
move.
首、ボキッと潰しちゃうぞ。
I'm off to sleep. Good luck with that situation. Thanks, Clay. I think I'm gonna need it. Get some rest, buddy. Don't need luck where we're going. I glare up at Noelle from the ground. I don't understand what's happening in the slightest. All I know is that this woman honestly wants to kill me.
くそ、あんたも吸血鬼だった
So
の
you're a
か。
vampire too?
なんですって
Excuse you?
今吸
A
血鬼だって
vampire?
言っ
Me?
た私が
You think I'm the same
あ
as
んな
those
怪物と一緒
monsters?
だって言ったわけ
Her boot presses harder on my chest. She's seriously pissed at the mere insinuation she might be a vampire.
首
The
筋に
traces of
進
biting
行
on
な
the
し
throat,
靴に染み込ませた清水にも拒絶反応なし
and no morphing of the face
ついで
into
に
one
言
of
う
my
と
liking either.
私好みのファニーフェイスにも変貌なし
She literally said funny face.
はい異端
Inquisition
審査終
complete.
了
You can go ahead and
だっ
stand
て
up,
いいわよ
Shikitono.
どうの四季くん
She thought we were a vampire. Probably because she could tell that we could see the lines. The boot on my chest is finally lifted. Now free, I stand myself up and try to get my breathing under control. I'm hurting all over, but I think I got off with only some light internal bleeding.
はいこれメガネ
Here,
落
your
とし
glasses.
物には気をつけな
You
さ
should
い
be careful not to drop things, you know. If you weren't so attractive right now,
そうですか。
right. You were the
そっ
one
ち
who
の
made
横や
me
りで
drop
落とした
them,
もの
though.
ですけど。
I take my glasses from Noelle and place them back where they belong. Now then, what the hell is going on?
とまあ美
And
少年が
that's
一
why
人
pretty
で出歩
boys
く
should
と
never walk in the
こ
dark
んな風
alone.
に危険がいっぱい
I
な
only
わ
wanted
け
to teach you a lesson, but I
忠
nearly
告が
gobbled
てら
you
脅
up.
かしちゃったけど勢い食べちゃうところだったわ
As Shikitono, this is still an incredibly inappropriate relationship to have. But as me, who is an adult man... Oh, God. Oh, stop. Please. I can't handle it. She laughs like she made a little mistake. I'm at a genuine loss for words.
あれ何そのノーリアク
Why
シ
aren't
ョ
you
ン
saying anything?
私たちのこと
Did your
あの
vampire
吸
not
血
tell
鬼
you
に聞い
about
てな
us?
いの
She knows about Arcwade. That's immediately a problem. I mean, the church does know about Arcwade, like, because she brought that up, but, like, she knows about Arcwade and us, and that she's, like, actively involved in and that we are actively involved in... This is not good. This is not good.
聞いてないのね
She didn't, did she?
あそう
I guess a weakling like me isn't
私
even
みた
worth
い
the
な族は
attention.
眼中にないってわけ
That's fine. I wouldn't want her
まあいい
talking
けど
about me anyway.
私も話題になんかされたくないしいいわ
Alright
パパ
then.
ッとレクチャー
I'll
して
give
あ
you
げ
a
る
quick little lecture.
簡単に言うと
To put it simply, it's
私
my
は
job
街
to
を
protect
守
the
る正
city.
義のお姉さ
Like a
ん
beautiful
みたいな
heroine, sorta.
あのクソ吸血鬼どもか
I'm
ら
pretty
人間
much
社
part of a
会を
secret
守る
organization that protects human society from vampire scum. Cool, right? She laughs as she speaks, which makes it difficult to judge how serious she's being. As dubious as her explanation was, it does remind me of something.
教会の代行者
You're an
ってやつです
executor
か
of the church. Is that it?
ええ
Yep,
その代行
you
者
got it.
四季君は無神論
You're
者
an
でしょ
atheist, aren't you?
だから
This
実
might
感は
not
湧
really
かない
hit
だろう
home
け
for
ど
you, but we protect all
私たち教
mankind in
会
the
は
name of the
主
Lord.
の皆のもと
Even countries
人
in
の
the
良
latter
き
day
営
of the
みを
Dharma.
守る意志があるたとえそれがこんな末法の国でもねある日突然転現してきた魅惑の美人教師はその実
I'm
教会
sorry.
から派遣された
I'm very sorry for my actions. I ask that you forgive me for what just happened to me. Why? Why is she sticking her leggy out like that? Oh my god. You will be ashamed of your words and deeds. Shut the fuck up. Wow, that was the first time I actually couldn't control him. I'm getting worse. I'm becoming a VTuber. The church fails to recognize that some vampires are hot. True. Which means your beautiful substitute teacher is actually more like an amazing exorcist sent here by the church. An exorcist? Someone who purifies demons. I don't know if vampires count as demons, but it doesn't seem like she's lying.
わかりました。
Alright.
いきなりのことで
This is
信
all a
じ
bit
られませ
sudden,
んけ
so I
ど、
don't know if I believe you,
信じます。
but I'll choose to for now.
どうあれ、
Either way,
これ
this
で
is
2
the
度目で
second
すよ。
time you've helped me out.
危ないところを助け
Thank
てく
you
れて
for saving me.
ありがとうございます。
2度目？
The second time?
ああ、そういうこ
I get it.
と。でもまあ、
This
今
time
回
is
は違
different,
う
though.
わ。
I didn't
たまた
happen
ま危
upon
ない
you
と
or
ころに
anything.
出くわしたんじゃな
I've
く
been
て、
following you from the
私
start.
最初から君を狙っていたんだし。
最初から
Following me?
俺を狙っていた。
さあ、
Yep.
君が屋敷を出た
Ever
時か
since you
ら
left the
ずっ
mansion.
と尾行していたの。私のお仕事は
Vampire
吸血鬼
extermination
の
is my
殲滅
job
だも
after
の。
all.
その吸
Can't
血
trust
鬼
any
に
human
従っ
who
ている
follows a
人間がい
vampire's
れば
orders.
監視するのが当たり前でしょ。
Her logic tracks, but she's missing some important context. I'm not following Arquade's orders, and besides, she's a good vampire. We're both trying to save this city.
それは
About that.
まあ本当なら真っ先
Ordinarily, I would
に
have
吸
killed
血
her
鬼
straight
の方から
away,
殺してるん
but
だ
she's
け
a
ど、
total monster on a
相手
regular
はあの
day.
怪物でしょ。
So it's not like I can beat her
私
now
一
that
人
the
じゃ
big
帰り
boss
落ちた
sent
し、
my master back as
師
well.
匠は上司に飛ばされちゃったし、
Big boss.
仕方なく小
That's
さ
why
い
I
方
thought
の
I'd take care
獲
of
物
the
に
smaller prey
網を張っ
first.
てたわけ。
Smaller prey?
小さい獲物ってのは
Is that supposed to be
俺のことで
me?
すか？
ええ、あの怪物が狂犬なら、
If that monster's a
四季君は
rabid
プリッ
dog,
としたエ
then
ビちゃ
you're
んね。
more like a cute little
吸
shrimp.
血鬼にしろ
A
私た
delicious
ちにしろ
snack for both the
美味しい獲
vampire
物なのは
and
間
us.
違いなし。でも
But
なんか
something
様
was
子が変
weird.
だった。ここ数日君を
I've
監
been
視して
watching
い
you
たけ
for a
ど、
few days,
無理
but
や
it
り
doesn't
従わ
seem
され
like
て
you're
る
following
雰囲気じゃない
orders,
し、
nor has she drunk
血
your
も吸わ
blood.
れてないでしょ。
So tell me, Shiki,
ねえ、四季君。
why are you with that
あな
monster?
た、なんであんな怪物と一緒にいるの？
Evacuate? Nah, I'm thinking I'm in. I furrow my brow and swallow the words in my throat. It's not the way Noelle asked the question that bothers me. It's that she asked it at all.
おやだんまり。
More silent treatment,
君
huh?
は吸血鬼の仲
Is
間
it
になり
because you
たい
want
の
to be
か
friends
な？
with a vampire?
定番だけど、
It's a bit
永遠の
cliche,
命が欲しい
but
とか？
do you want eternal life?
は
The question catches me by surprise. I've never even considered that. But I guess it would be a natural reason to seek out a friendship with a vampire.
いや、
Wait,
They
I mean... That isn't possible with Arquade. I mean, she doesn't drink blood. And she doesn't create new allies or grant people abilities. That sort of offer wasn't even on the table.
違うの？
Am I wrong?
ならどうして？
Then why?
そんなの決まってる。
Isn't it obvious? I'm
自
only
分た
helping
ち
her
が
because
住
I
んで
want
い
to
る
protect
町の
my
ため
home
に
from vampires.
吸血鬼を借り出す協力をしているだけです。
I stare intently into her eyes. I've been doing that the whole time, Shiki. Anyway, I'm not interested in going back and forth against her. But I won't sit here and let her say whatever she wants about Arquade and me. I tell her as much with my gaze alone.
そう、
That's
君
so.
が噛まれていたなら、
Well, if you hadn't been bitten, I would have chopped off your limbs and left them around the forest as lawn ornaments just now. That's not a deal breaker. We're still in.
残念ながら、ただの人
But
間では手
alas,
出しで
I
きない
can't
も
lay
の
a
ね。
finger on regular humans. So I'll
今
just
のは聞か
pretend
な
I
かった
didn't
こと
hear
に
you
して
say
おく
that.
わ。
Noelle turns around and begins walking away. She seems unable to accept the idea of fighting on the same side as a vampire, but at least she's calmed down a little. Or maybe my answer just made her lose interest.
ああ、でも忠
Ah,
告。
here's a warning
さ
before
っ
I
き
go.
最初から君を狙ってい
I
た
said I
と
was
言ったけ
following
ど
you from
ね
the。start, right?
あれ、
There's a
もっ
deeper
と
meaning
深い意
to
味な
that.
の。この町に救っ
The
た
dead
人は
apostle we're looking for
数
has been
年
in
以上前
Soya
か
for
ら根付いてい
years.
るわ。私の師匠の言
According
う
to
こ
my
とに
master,
は
they're not like the
神
true
様のように
ancestor who showed
昨
up
日
just the
今
other
日やって
day.
きたわけじゃないんだとか。吸血鬼は外から
Not
来
all
るものばかり
vampires
じゃ
come
ない。
from outside.
案外身近
Some
なと
can
こ
be
ろに
far
いて
closer than you
何
think,
十年も前から潜
lying
伏
dormant
してい
for
るケース
decades.
のが多いの。
And sometimes they may
それ
even
も
reside within the walls
町で一
of
番
the most
力のある
influential folk
権
around.
力者の家にとかね。
Oh.
わかる？自分たちの町を守ると
You
か言っ
said
て
you
いた
wanted
け
to
ど、
protect your home.
そんな曖昧な
But
くく
maybe
り
you
じゃ
should
なく
worry
て、
about protecting
君は
yourself
自分の
first.
身を守った方がいいってこと。
それは
What's
どういう
that supposed to mean?
だってそうでしょ？
Isn't it obvious?
さっきの不死は
That
君を
undead was
狙ってきたんです
after
もの。
Not that
吸
vampire
血鬼
slaughtering
を
true
殺して回る
ancestor,
神祖じゃなく
but
て、
you.
ただの人間である君をね。命があったらまた
Let's
会い
meet
ましょう。
again. If you
どうの
survive
シキ
that
君？
long. Shikitono. With that, the woman dressed like a nun walks away. As she does, she tosses her gaze to a street lamp. Maybe I'll jump up there and hop my way home all cool-like. Ah, no, not happening. As if I could make a jump like that without a running start. Like, if I could, I wouldn't even be a human. Her thoughts blatantly apparent, Noelle continues on down the road, massive polearm in hand.
あれはあれですごい人っぽい
She's
よ
certainly something. I mumble, taken aback. As if uttering that comment took the last of my remaining strength, my knees give out from under me, and I slump against the wall.
でも狙われたのは
After
俺だっ
me.
て
It's not unfathomable. I am cooperating with Arkwade, after all. But that's not right. I don't know what the real reason is. I have a feeling that isn't it. My vertigo returns with force, now that my adrenaline has faded. With one hand against the wall for support, I make my way to the main gate. My chest hurts. I need to get to my room while I'm still conscious, before my body completely gives out on me. I can worry about the rest later. But the gate is much farther than I thought. As my headache begins to ease, tension abandons the rest of my body. My back still up against the estate's outer wall, I watch as I drift off to sleep. What a cliffhanger. You son of a bitch. I'm in. Oh, Chapter 9 is just called Death. So maybe tomorrow's episode will be our last. Let me tidy this up real quick. Thank you guys for joining me. It's good timing because I'm starting to get a little peckish. I had just enough time to cram a little food in my belly before stream started, but what's on the menu? Turkey burgers. I gotta lose weight, man. I've been putting it off for too long. Not too bad, true, but when the rest of the family's having pizza, it just kind of makes me feel bad. just calorie deficit. Well, it can't just be calorie deficit. I've got to, like... We're a pretty carb-heavy family. It can't just be calorie deficit. I need more than that. It doesn't work otherwise. Anyway, let's find somebody to raid. Gosh, there's a lot of people on tonight. Eating once a day saves a lot of money. Yeah, but I'm hungry, and there's still always food here because everybody else is hungry too. Calorie deficit and counting. Yeah, I do need to, like, count. I do need to take physical note of what I'm eating in a day. Okay, alright. Ban here. Alright. Tonight, we're raiding Hootie. Because I gotta call him out. I gotta call him out for something. And you guys will see when we get there. Once again, thank you all for joining another exciting episode of Tsukihime. That was actually way more exciting than I was expecting it to be. When we got to the apartment building, I was like, okay, I guess that's the end of it. And then the spider thing showed up, and then even more shit happened. I was like, damn, this is awesome. And that's why this visual novel is so cool. And that's why I want to keep reading more visual novels, because if they're all cool like this, then, like, damn, I've been missing out. And there's, like, Danganronpa, which is VN adjacent. There's which I know is cool, and then there's, like, no. What do you mean, no? And Steins Gate. I can't play Danganronpa 1 because I already watched the anime. I would have to start with 2. I played all of them. Yeah? And? I mean, Danganronpa's a mystery thing, so I can't really show it off on stream if I already know the story. Take it from me, dang it, Grandpa's a waste of time, damn! Alright, anyway, thanks again for joining me. We'll be back again tomorrow. Remember to raid Leaf, have fun, be nice, and I will see you guys next time.